This is gonna sound crazy. I feel like I already know you. You have no idea what I am capable of.
What's going on, everybody? John on here with you. It's a Saturday night, March 18th. How's everybody doing out there today? We got NCAA tournament games. We got the World Baseball Classic. There's a lot of stuff to get to in the NHL. So it's going to be a busy night for myself. So let's get into the starting lineups. So first, for the visiting Dallas Stars, they're 37, 19, and 13 on the season, first in the Central, but we will see for how long. They've lost the last couple of games. Their starting lineup sounds like this: head coached by Peter DeBoer, Roope, Hintz, Jason Robertson, Joe Pavelski, Miro, Heiskanen, and Colin Miller. It's Wyatt, Johnston, Jimmy Benn, Evgeny Dadonov, with us Lindell, and Jani Hakanpaa. Radek Faksa, Max Domi, Ty Dellandrea, Luke Glendening, Joel Kiravanta, and Nels Lundqvist. Ryan Suter and Joel Hanley will be the back-end defense for the Stars, with Jake Ottinger in net. And for the Calgary Flames, they're coming off of their best win of the season, arguably, since they started 3-0. They're 31, 24, and 14, fifth in the Pacific. It's Elias Lindholm, Andrew Mangiapane, Tyler Toffoli, with Mackenzie Weegar and Rasmus Andersson. Mikael Backlund, Jonathan Huberdeau, Blake Coleman, Manoah Hanifin, and Christopher Tanev. It's Nazem Kadri, Dillon Dube, Walker Dewar, Adam Ruzicka, Nick Ritchie, and Trevor Lewis, with Nikita Zadorov and Troy Stecher in net. Troy Stecher in the back-end defense with Jacob Marchment in net. 31, 24, and 14. They are still 5 points out of a playoff spot. The Jets and the Preds played today. The Jets took the win in overtime, so both teams picked up points. The Jets got 2. The Preds got 1. That's the last thing that Calgary wanted, so now they're going to have to go ahead and try to get these points just to be able to keep pace. So for Dallas, now it's an injury to Mason Marchment, still Tyler Seguin, and Scott Wedgwood. And just for Calgary, it's Michael Stone on the other end. So we're going to be getting set for puck drop here. We're going to be getting underway right now at the Saddle Dome. This is a huge game, and again, we have a lot to get to as far as the intermission, so I'll make sure to throw that in there. So the puck drop is underway. Dallas Stars are going to be going left to right. They got the victory green at the top with the white shirts and the green stripe and part of the white and green parts of the pants, and the Calgary Flames in the all red with the orange and white piping on the shirts. As they'll play this one in across for Chris Tanev on the right side boards and fire it wide of Jake Ottinger. Hanifin sends it that same way. Back around the inboards now, and it's a race for the puck. It's a chance up a 2-on-2 of getting He's now doing the splits, and now it's in! Fighting for the puck and jamming away. Dallas Stars say they score. And they get on the board first. Joe Pa led the charge. And they're showing Jonathan Huberdeau there as well with Markstrom. I think some of the dads might be on the tripper as well, or just some of the fans are out there. So they showed the Dallas Stars on the Valley Sports South side, in the sense of Valley Sports West, that it was -3 for Jopa on the last 2 losses, only 4 shots for Robo. That first line not getting going, but immediately Dallas, they strike, and they put Calgary on their heels right now at the Saddle Dome. So as we mentioned, they need the points, and also Dallas, if you look on the back end of it, is Jopa, I think, is going to get the goal. 3 shots to 1, Dallas on the board first. In the sense of it, they lost the last 2. Colorado has 1, and now Colorado and Minnesota are only a point behind in the Central. So this is a big-time hold here for the Stars if they want to keep things going within their road trip. 6-game road trip on a positive note as Joe Pa gets his 19th with Robertson's 47th apple and Roope Hintz. So the first line that's accounted for all that offense last year immediately strikes as they try to center this out in front up a sauce for Radek Faksa. And this is sent around the inboards by Joel Hanley. He'll go back and pitch as this goes down on the left side boards. And here comes a chance for Harley. So he gets bodied by Nikita Zadorov with a big body contact near the right boards, but this is still busy in behind the office. And now Nazem Kadri gets a stick on it, but this is sent back around for Markstrom. He's got to play this quickly. It bounces off the referee, loose out in front, and they score again off the top right of the bar. Markstrom went to go clear, and it bounced off the referee. And Radek Faksa makes it 2-0. That was an unfortunate play there for Markstrom. He went to go play the puck. He bounced it right off the zebra, and it was still live. And you could just tell right away that this was going to be a goal off the second rebound. Nothing you can do right there. So a nightmare for the Calgary Flames, as it was a chance for Radek Faksa to clean up the mess. And it's already 2-0. And the Stars are out in front. They need these points just like the Stars do. They want to go ahead and keep pace. And within 2 minutes, it's 2-0 Dallas. Calgary turns it over in their own end as this gets knocked away across the Flaming Sea and dumped in. So Calgary needs to find the resurgence. The last time Dallas played in this building, that was the Game 7 win in the playoffs in the first round by Johnny Gaudreau as he beat Jake Ottinger. That was the last time they played at the Settle Dome. As this is flipped down across the end boards now, Mackenzie Weegar will go ahead and pick this up off the stick drag. Now he's going to be patient and behind the net. 5 shots to 1. Dallas already up 2-0 now. And this is exactly the start that they would have wanted. And for the Calgary Flames, they've got to recoup some type of loss and get this back within 1 at some point. I'm talking about in this first period, as this is cleared in by Lewis now. So Roope Hintz gets the assist from the Radek Faksa goal. 2-0 Stars. Steal. Mangiapane in the middle of the slot. Rebound. Scores! Elias Lindholm. It's 2-1. And we're not even 3 minutes into this game. Oh my goodness. The goals are plenty. 16:59 left to go in this first. You want offense. You got it right now. I know there's so many other sports around right now, so I'm not expecting to get everyone to be in this comment section for YouTube. This might be a broadcast for one, but this is certainly a situation where it's going to be all over the place right now. Nils Lundqvist was turning around. He couldn't find where the puck was. Elias Lindholm gets the rebound near the left dot. He fired that, and that was badly needed for Calgary, and essentially they can reset this thing with 16:59 left to go in the first. Lindholm with his 20th at 3:01. We've already had 3 goals. Mangiapane and Toffoli get the primary and secondary assists as this is picked up now. Here's a chance for Calgary. Toffoli going to try to settle it down, and somebody lost a stick. I'm not sure who it was on that side. Toffoli just trying to get the hook. The ref will jump out of the way of that one, but he couldn't get out of the way of Markstrom's clear. It's funny how that works. As this is picked up, the hand is in the air, and this is going to be a high stick. I believe it's going to go against the Flames. So this will put Dallas on the power play. They've already scored twice, and this was a goal just from the previous 25 seconds for Calgary, but now they are on the kill. So all sorts of action here early. Mangiapane hit Pavelski right on the left side of the ear, and that was the easy thing to get. He had his stick stuck up, and then he got high, and Joe Pa got smoked right to the left part of his ear. So Mangiapane, just 3:30 in the first with 16:30 left to go. That's how you turn that clock around and try to get it correct. Dallas goes to the power play. They've been pretty good on the power play. Dallas is 7th. Dallas is also top 5 in the kill. They're about 8th or 9th scoring goals. They're all that good across the board. And the Calgary penalty kills at 82% right now with 16:30 left to go in this first. Again, it is 2-1, and that is worth repeating at this point. Roope Hintz trying to win the offensive zone draw. Now Noah Hanifin, he was able to get around a bevy of Stars. It was a trio, and this is picked up now by Jake Ottinger as Miro Heiskanen has it in behind his own net. We'll see if this game will settle down a little bit at all, even though Dallas is on the power play, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Joe Pa, leave it here for Robo off the give and go as Roope Hintz tries to get in there, and Backlund will play this in between his legs and essentially clear it down as this touches the stick of Jake Ottinger. Ottinger's pass. This will bounce toward the right side of the blue line, and now they will attempt to go left to right as they gain entry and stayed onside. As Robot played it there for Joe Pa, and it's sent down by Rasmus, but it's not cleared. Dallas with it. Joe Pavelski gets this one across to Robertson on the right wing side, and now Joe Pa in the high slot. There's low crisscross with Miro Heiskanen, and Heiskanen's pass too hard. Goes off the inboards and now into the neutral zone. 55 seconds left to go in Dallas's power play. They're up by 2-1. Here's a chance for Coleman, although it's 1-on-4. Coleman instead will just peel back. He'll play this back to the defense. He'll kill some time. Noah Hanifin sends it across for Christopher Tanev, and now Tanev will flip it all the way down in the stick of Jake Ottinger, where Dallas can play it back to Nils Lundqvist, as they'll try to get set up again. The former Chicago Blackhawk, Max Domi, off the touch pass, as this is looped around the end boards now. Hanifin holding off the body. The Flame C go ahead and pick this up, as it's a chance for Dillon Dube. Short-handed chance off of the mask of Jake Ottinger, and now 15 seconds. Here comes Dallas the other way. They gain the entry off the right wing, and this bounced off the referee again and cleared down the ice. This has not been able to get out of the way. Again, Dodonov. He'll pull back. Now he plays to the running side. That was stopped in front by Markstrom as he closed the 5-hole. Now on the high slot for Max Domi. As the power play expires, but a big chance in front, and that was saved by Markstrom. As this goes now near the right side of the faceoff dot, and now he'll play this with the stick as there's no referee in sight. But we'll see if Calgary can clear it. They did get it away from one of the teammates. I believe it was Mangiapane, and then sent back down. Now Nikita Zadorov gets a chance to reset. So we are 6 minutes really under the first period. It's a 2-1 scoreline as it's turned over in the neutral zone. Kiravanta drop pass in the middle of the slot. And Markstrom says no with the right pad to the delight of the crowd. Hakanpaa through a screen. Is this picked back up off the backhand? Luke Glendening. And another save by Markstrom. So he's been very busy right now. There's 3 goals as we go to a commercial break. The Dallas Stars are out in front 2-1 with 13:47 left to go in the first, and it's been a top register game from the onset. Come right back.
Tylenol rapid release gel caps are scientifically designed to release medicine and effectively relieve pain. Tylenol rapid release, rapid relief. 3 women were strangled. I know the murders connected.
You have a story.
How much women have to die before it's a story?
Boston Strangler, no streaming.
Every hockey fan loves the one packer from the blue line. Except goalies, but we do love the effortless boat drags, the crazy kick saves, and this season, DraftKings Sportsbook is giving you a reason to love them even more. There's so many ways to get closer to the game, like same game parlays, puck lines, money lines, and more. And you can do it anytime, anywhere in Ontario. Scan the QR code and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and get it on the action with an official sports betting partner of the NHL.
This period brought to you by Scotiabank's The Hockey Jersey, a new hockey story to inspire the next generation.
Well, last time Jake Ottinger was in this building, go back to the first round of last year's playoffs, Game 7. What a performance. 65 points on the night. It would be Gaudreau who would eventually beat him in a walk, but one that won't soon be forgotten. He said, look, I've seen the shot a couple of times at beat him in Game 7, but he's blocked it all. Doesn't think about it, doesn't talk about it. But he said his role from that point this year, it's all about consistency, learning how to play. Night in, night out, guys.
All right, thank you very much. One of the great playoff performances by a goaltender of all time.
So this is picked up through the neutral zone now as they're showing Jake Ottinger with 13:30 left to go in the first. Offsides against the Dallas Stars. It's 2-1 already, and Dallas has an 8-5 advantage on the shot board. As again, now they're showing Kelly Hurdy on that side, April 18th, 1987. They're showing everything on Sportsnet as these games have been absolutely crazy as far as what the Flames and the Stars have done. Again, it's the first meeting for the Stars since the loss in Game 7. Johnny Gaudreau in the first line when they beat Jake Ottinger. He had his breakout party last year with the Stars, and he's been an elite goalie ever since. And you have that, and you have Miro Heiskanen, you have Jason Robertson as well. Jim Nill, the former assistant general manager for the Detroit Red Wings, he's done a hell of a job. Again, that was all in the 2017 draft. So you're really getting it done right. So 13:09 left to go in the first. We should get a neutral zone draw. Still 8 shots to 5. So Peter DeBoer looks on. And as we talked about with the Dallas Stars, we covered them Monday against the Seattle Kraken without Nava. They've wanted to be able to find their offense. Well, now they've done so. Just the last couple of games on this road trip, what they lost to the Canucks and the Oilers. They've given up 9. They've scored 3. Jimmy Benn is now the second leading scorer in behind Jason Robertson. He's had an insurgent season. Face-off win off of a loss of Benn. And somebody gets tied up. That was Mangiapane, as it was loose out near the middle of the circles, and Ottinger was able to brush it aside. As this is a breakout pass the other way, but Calgary able to get this into the neutral zone as they'll play it back to Elias Lindholm. Make the cross pass now for Noah Hanifin. And now in between a couple of skate blades, as it's picked up here and sent back around by Toffoli. Jake Ottinger will play this with the stick handle. And now Mangiapane send this around the inboards off a give and go from Toffoli. Mangiapane tried to be the first to get to it as there's a good pressure toward the right side wall. Dallas able to escape with it though as they'll flip it from about 25 feet. And they'll get the right side of the face-off dot when Nikita Zadorov. 2-on-1 in the last 3 games for Calgary. 2 wins in the previous 8. They need all the points they can get right now. Nikita Zadorov likes to play as a forward sometimes. He did so. This is near the left side of the red line now and sent back. Try to make a conventional pass for Zadorov, but this one's picked off, and now it's Joe Pavelski. As he gets a chance to get to the right side wall, but he gets canceled off by a host of Flames. And now the Flames make this easy pass. Is Adam Ruzicka and Richie. Richie will get the chip and chase, see if he can get around Miro Heiskanen. He can't, but he does paste him along the left side of the inboards. And now this is a good stretch pass, but Rasmus Andersson will go get it as Dallas was in the midst of a change. 11:40 left to go in the first. We're watching the CBC feed on the Sportsnet side. This is the TV side because ESPN Plus wasn't really working on there. So Weegar into the traffic and bounce off the top of the bar. The goal line goes out, but I don't think the puck crossed. As this is another opportunity. As this is picked up here for Calgary. This play is still live. The goal line went on, but I think it bounced off maybe both posts and stayed out. 11:15 left to go in the first. This is a full register game right now. I hope I can make it all the way through. I'm commentating it like a playoff game because I feel like I have to. As this is sent back now for Christopher Tanev. Tanev now for Huberdeau. This game has been absolutely bonkers. Picked up now by Coleman on the left wing side off the backhand. Kadri, a little just way off sides. So if they show the replay, I'm sure it was Kadri right on the doorstep. We'll get another angle at this. So Trevor Lewis is getting pushed by Ottinger. This one goes off the right side of the bar. This is in behind Ottinger off his backside. So Weegar's shot with Lewis out in front gets tipped, hits the top of the right bar, and stays out, does not cross the red line as this goes back to the Dallas Stars. So this is sent down now. Marchment will play this, and Calgary trying to quickly backhand this out of their own end as this gets sent back down over Lindell. Coleman trying to get the body, and now Noah Hanifin holds on that blue line. As this falls back to the Flames, Tanev momentarily plays it in between his legs. Now for Noah Hanifin, good touch pass there from Huberdeau, and Backlund gains the entry on the left wing side as Dallas goes ahead and collects this. And one of them loses a stick. That's Rasmus Andersson, kicks it ahead to his forward as Mangiapane. He gets muscled off the puck and behind the office of Ottinger. This stays in, but the pass attempt for Weegar bounces off the Dallas Stars, and Weegar will just pull past this. What a play by Mangiapane. Lindholm to Toffoli off the inboards with a slapper, and now Heiskanen will flip it. He does get it down. We've hit the halfway marker. It's 2-1. Dallas with the edge. This is a fast-paced first period right now. Lindholm off the chip and chase, and now Jake Ottinger will come onto the net to play this with the goal stick with the left hand. Again, 37-19 of 13. Dallas Stars transfer to Toffoli in the middle of the slot, and a 5-hole save for Ottinger as he closes it up, makes the save, and we go to commercial break. Still 2-1 Stars. This is a good one at the Saddle Dome. 9:39 left in the first.
Introducing Scotia Set, change, and track your financial goals with real advice just for you, so you can worry less and rest easy.
So Brent says, hell yes. What's going on, my friend? How are you doing, buddy? Hope everything is good for you. I know there are a lot of sports to get to. We will do so in the intermission side. The United States have taken a 9-7 lead. So I can update this as far as the Twitter Spaces side. The United States in the bottom of the eighth. They are up 9-7 in the World Baseball Classic. So Daniel Bard absolutely crapped the bed on that side. He was walking bases loaded. It looked like Venezuela was going to make a huge run. It's the bottom of the eighth. It's a 9-7 lead. Devin Williams is on the mound right now. And we will see if the United States holds on. Again, they would have to play Cuba tomorrow. And if they can win that one, the final will be on Tuesday. And I'll promise you this, I will say this forthright. If the United States beats Cuba tomorrow, I'm going to do broadcasts on Monday and Tuesday. Monday will likely be the Stars and the Kings, especially, or the Flames and the Kings, especially if the Flames do win against the Stars today. And then Tuesday, if the United States can get to the WBC final, we're doing that. 100%. I don't care who they play. So that is my promise to all of you. So Calgary Flames have the puck in the offensive end. This is Nazem Kadri in the high slot, looking for a deflection off the backhand, and that got knocked away before it ever hit Jake Ottinger. Now they're the neutral zone, trying to go ahead and get a piece of this. Tied to Landry, some humongous body contact. The kid is Zadorov, and now Nazem Kadri holding on to the stick of Radek Faksa. You want to get a piece of him. Colin Miller into the traffic. He'll fire that wide, and the ref actually able to jump out of the way. That's going to be a point of controversy if that continues. Delandria bothering Nazem Kadri. Kadri wants a hold. I'm sure the Stars will have some complaints if that goes against them because it looked like Kadri also had a handle of the stick. 8:58 left to go in the first. So Kadri, off the backhand, he is just being grabbed by Ty Delandria. But I don't blame the Stars on the other end because Kadri, on the defensive part, he was holding on the stick of one of the Stars. So I do think this is going to be a Flames power play. Ty Delandria going to be busted for holding on Nazem Kadri. And the Flames have an opportunity here as Kadri checks on the chin strap. With 8 shots to 7, they're down 2-1. They got an opportunity to tie this one up. So the defensive zone face-off, this goes between the legs of Rasmus and sent all the way back down. So the power play is 24th for Calgary, 19.6. 83% thereabouts for the Dallas Stars on the kill. Again, they are top 10 on the kill side of it. Pretty good on the power play, pretty good in even strength, pretty good all the way across with the Dallas Stars. But they're trying to hold on to that first in the Central. As Colorado got the win today, picked up toward the right side boards, it's a chance for Rasmus Andersson. Settle it back down for Toffoli. A pass across the slot was a good idea, but it blocked off of one of the Dallas Stars. As this is picked up, Mangiapane doesn't have any help. But now this will get settled back down by Toffoli as it's Rasmus Andersson in the high slot. Gets this pass across now. Elias Lindholm trying to play this in between the legs. Settle back down by Teapot. This will fire. This goes across the left side of the inboards now as Mikael Backlund gets this here for Tyler Toffoli. Toffoli now, patient, near the right side dot, finds Lindholm. Toffoli wanted the slapper. He might get stick lifted. This will find Lindholm trying to make a back pass, and Dallas will just sweep it down the ice. They'll go ahead and take some changes. Both teams, as this puck just continues to flutter end on end. And now Mackenzie Weegar has an opportunity for Calgary to break out. It's their first power play as the Nazem Kadri lines up there now. Ritchie will send this around the inboards for Dillon Dube in the high slot as Colin Miller absolutely got a piece of one of the Flames. And this bounces away from Jonathan Huberdeau and sent back down the ice. So Dallas penalty kill 10 of 13 in the last 4. They're trying to close out this 6-game road trip with a positive note on the 4-2 side of it as far as wins and losses. Dillon Dube sends it back to Weegar. He's got this in the high slot, still holding on. It's Huberdeau. Into the traffic, he wires it, but this goes out the left side of the boards. This will bounce back. Weegar. Now he gets this across to Nazem Kadri. Trying to find Huberdeau, streaking out in front. Can this get picked up there by Weegar? He tries to collect it off the backhand. Ritchie trying to find Huberdeau. Huberdeau probably could have stayed there, but now this is a break here for Jamie Benn. Benn Holds up, waits for reinforcements. The middle of the slot's wide open as one of the Flames absolutely takes a tumble. But Nazem Kadri will get this across on the players' bench. 6:39. So the power play for both teams, as they just had a piece of it, is ineffective, 0 for 1. But Jamie Benn had an opportunity right in the middle of the slot to set one up, and the shot block was by a host of Flames before it hit Marchment, but you cannot leave the middle of the slot unattended to. So Jamie Benn, they're showing the replay now, right in the middle of the slot. Nazem Kadri also might have got a piece of that off the shot block as Christopher Tanev was doing a little trampoline slide. He almost jumped up in the air to block that one. 6:30 left to go in the first as this is sent back down here from Marchment. Marchment plays this pass as this is nicely played. Mackenzie Weegar, Adam Ruzicka, now Blake Coleman. Coleman, Noah Hanifin. Hanifin will flub it toward the left side of the pad of Ottinger. He'll just brush it away with the goal stick as Robo makes this pass across, and Joe Pa will end up gaining the center as Marchment will calmly play it to Noah Hanifin. And it's settled back down here for Calgary. Blake Coleman trying to elude ahead. He can't elude the stick check. Here's a break opportunity and a pass across a diving play. Knocked it away from one of the Stars. And now Nikita Zadorov plays it off the left embankment. And now across the flaming sea as he gains the red line. Or did he not? 5:48. This is iced. It was an opportunity pretty much off of a 3-on-1 for the Dallas Stars the other way, as somebody got their pocket picked, and the breaking the other way was Robo and Pavelski as they crisscrossed with the help of Domi on that side and Roope Hintz. And that was a bullet dodge. So Adam Ruzicka and Radek Faksa get set to take the defensive zone draw here for the Flames, as this is picked up now off the clear, and this goes back across the left boards, and now this is an entry here, as this is Max Domi. He's looking for the middle of the slot pass, as it's sent back around the end boards now. Elias Lindholm, nicely stick checked ahead for Andrew Mangiapane. It's Lindholm racing down the right wing, lets it go off the blocker, and this is picked up now. Tyler Toffoli gets the interception, plays it across for Lewis. It's Weegar, but that goes in between his legs and sent back down the ice. Weegar will collect across the flaming sea, gain the entry, but pass gets knocked away from Mangiapane. Opportunity for Mackenzie Weegar to check back up as this bounces off the players' bench. And is there too many men because it hit somebody? Tyler Toffoli didn't mean to do it. I don't know if they're going to call it. 5:04 left to go in the first. I don't think so. We're just going to get a neutral zone draw. That is what the referee is insinuating. But until then, it's a commercial break. 5:04 left in the first, still 2-1 Dallas.
Introducing Scotia Smart Investor. Set, change, and track your financial goals with real advice just for you, so you can worry less and rest easy. Let's get here. Get started at scotiabank.com.
Miro will go up to win Capital of Canada, and we're meeting the winners who rolled in.
So the University of Michigan must have came back all the way against Minnesota hockey. They repeat as Big Ten champions. They're going to be going to the NCAA men's hockey tournament. So when we actually get to that point, I'll be doing those games. Again, if Team USA does win in the World Baseball Classic, I'm going to make sure I cover that on Tuesday. They got to beat Cuba tomorrow, but they do have to still get around Venezuela. I'm going to check back in. So it's 9-7 United States. It's Nolan Arenado at the dish against Jose Alvarado, another Philadelphia Philly against the St. Louis Cardinals. So Nolan Arenado, this is the meat of the order here with Kyle Tucker on deck. Tim Anderson will be the back end piece of it if United States goes 1-2-3. So we're keeping track of everything. When we get to the first intermission, I will take you all the way around the league. And again, if it's just me in this Twitter Spaces of the YouTube side, it's understandable. There's so many damn things going on tonight. We'll try to keep track of them all.
Right now, finance the Jeep Grand Cherokee for as low as 0% for up to 60 months.
The Rapid Recap is brought to you by Tylenol Rapid Release Gel Capsules. Take you back to the 2012 final featuring two coaches with a lot of respect for one another, Darryl Sutter and DeBoer. Sutter's Kings an 8th seed, DeBoer's Devils a 6th seed. Asked him about it today at the end of the week. DeBoer just said, look, the thing about Darryl Sutter is he got that team ready ahead of the playoffs and galvanized for run. He said that ability to identify an identity against them.
So as we're deep underneath the action now, it's 4:50 left to go in the first. Still 2-1 lead for Dallas. He had 3 goals in the span of 2:10. As this is Jonathan Huberdeau now near the left wing side. He's being held near the left side board, so play a back pass, and it was an unconventional one. As this one go back for Coleman for a slap shot opportunity, is brushed aside by Jake Oettinger, making more of the simple plays. And it's picked up now for Backlund. Backlund will try to make a back pass as he had nowhere else to go. And this is picked up now near the left side dot for the Dallas Stars, trying to go left to right in this first frame. It's 9 shots to 8. Calgary has that, but on the score chyron, they're trailing 2-1 at the Saddle Dome here tonight. And as the Jets and Preds play each other, the Jets picked up 2, the Preds picked up 1. The Calgary Flames are back down to being 5 points behind, and Nashville will still have 3 games in hand. So essentially, Calgary needs to get these 2 points, be able to keep pace, get back to 3. And for the Dallas Stars, they lost their last couple. They need to get 2 points to be able to keep ground in the Central, because Minnesota and Colorado are just a point behind them for the Central Division crown at this moment, as we are less than a month away of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And when we get to that, I will be wall-to-wall coverage there for you. Nazem Kadri try to get this draw against Jamie Benn. We will see if we'll just do this again. That's what we're going to do. Nobody's going to get kicked out. So it's Benn on the offensive zone draw. Wins it clean in between the leagues. And Heiskanen will let it fly. And this is saved. Close 5-hole by Jacob Markstrom. And we'll try one more time, as his shots are now even at 9 aside. That was just as standard as you like. You win the face-off back. The D goes back to D again between Miller and Heiskanen. Lets it fly. They're 7-1-1 in their previous 9. They've lost the last 2 coming into this. And it's Benn and Kadri one more time. Benn does it again, as this is here for Miller, and they score. In off the deflection, you get a couple face-off wins, and the captain does his job. It's 3-1, and we will see who the goal is going to be for, and this could be Miro Heiskanen's tally. So Jamie Benn with a pair of face-off wins against Nazem Kadri, and this gets tipped. At least I believe it does. Heiskanen's going to send this toward the right side boards, and that had to. Whether it was Dadonov or Wyatt Johnston, this just took a crazy deflection, or maybe it just beat Markstrom with so much traffic. The top right side of the bar was wide open, but we'll see who this goes to. So Jamie Benn getting a chance to take 3 straight draws as we get some pushing and shoving. Adam Ruzicka now set to take it here for the Flames, as Jamie Benn gets 3 straight. Dallas has 3 goals in this first, and you can credit Jamie Benn 100% of that latest goal, as this is picked back up now by Dallas in the offensive end. So Calgary got the goal they needed before, but I honestly think they might need to get one right now, even though it's just the first, because you need to be able to pick up these points. We understand what the next game is going to entail with the LA Kings. They've been the second hottest team coming out of the All-Star break alongside the Vegas Golden Knights, who they just demolished 7-2. It's 4-on-1. Jason Robertson pass across, missed the net for Wyatt Johnston. A 4-on-1 for Dallas, and they missed the net, although they just scored about 50 seconds ago. But you don't see that very often, as here comes Dallas. Back in the middle of the slot, pick it back up toward the left side dot, and now the Flames. It's Tyler Toffoli gain the red line. Now try to get in the offensive zone as this is wrapped down, gloved out of the air. Can anyone hold it? Yes, it is. Chris Tanev just keeps it across center, but it's a little too quick for Noah Hanifin. Hanifin have to send this back for Tanev into the traffic, and Oettinger somehow finds it. No rebound. 2:35 left to go in the first. A 4-on-1 opportunity for the Dallas Stars as they got knocked away from Rasmus Andersson. It was Robertson. You had Evgeny Dadonov, Robertson, Lindell, Dadonov just missed the net. So Evgeny Dadonov had an opportunity with Esa Lindell and Jason Robertson. Just missed it off a 4-on-1 as it just went over his stick. It's already 3-1 Dallas. So I just don't know what to say about that. You can't have that happen. That's all I can say. But I still believe Calgary has got to score this next goal. This has been a cluster type of game. This is now near the right side dot. One of the stars goes down. This is kept in by Nikita Zadorov. Michael Backlund takes a look at it with Jonathan Huberdeau. And now Backlund will try to get a piece with Mangiapane. Played off the inboards. Can Nikita Zadorov make a play? He gets knocked down and upends one of the Dallas Stars. A clear from 60 feet. Open in the middle is Domi. And he'll peel back and toward the high slot. Sauce pass for Miller. Try to get recollected by the Stars. Stars, patient as they send it around. Ty Dellandrea. As Roddick Foxa tries to get near the left side dot. This is sent back around again for Dellandrea. Trying to fight off the Nikita Zadorov. This stays with Foxa. Foxa matriculates this back. And a back pass opportunity. That was great defense by Zadorov. And they'll just flip this in off the window. As this goes for Dallas now, Wyatt Johnston, he's been hot over the last 4 games. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists during this road trip. As this is picked up and across the Flaming Sea, here comes Dallas, but they're offsides. 3-1, 1:27 left to go in the first. 10 shots apiece. This has been an eventful first period. And I can definitely say now, in the back end of it, if it holds at 3-1 after 1 frame, it's been all Dallas as far as the things that they've done. And Calgary has to find a way. There really is no runway left. You got to piece points together the entire way across. The one thing that Calgary does have in their back pocket is a game against Nashville and Winnipeg before the end of the season. 2 teams that are in front of them. But they are playing the LA Kings on Monday. That will be the last part of their difficult portion of the schedule, as they'll play a majority of teams below the playoff line, although they will have one more against Vegas and the LA Kings. Toffoli, Lindholm, as he got stick lifted among a pair of Stars, and this is sent back down for Tanev. Tanev gains the neutral zone across the sea, and now Mangiapane will touch as he had 48 seconds left to go in the first. Backlund will get this around as this eludes Dube off of a good flip. And now here are the Stars. Pick it up here for Hanley. Hanley flip it down as Noah Hanifin will go ahead and get a piece of it. Now Glendening with Coleman off the stick check. Mikael Backlund trying to be there. As Luke Glendening, former Red Wing, will spin this around. As this is put around the inboards, this will stay with Ryan Suter, and they'll do the same. It's picked up now for Max Doman on the third line side for Peter DeBoer's squad. Wrapped in off the inboards. Dallas still with this thing. Plenty of puck possession at the end of the first period. As Luke Glendening. And off the tie-up. The Century just killing time. This is going to be a dominant first period here for Dallas. As this goes around the inboards now. It's 3-1 after 1. Dallas has the lead. 10 shots apiece. But they're up 2 on the scoreboard. When we come back, we'll call the second period in a moment. Stay tuned.
This period brought to you by Scotiabank's The Hockey Jersey, a new hockey story to inspire the next generation.
I love you guys so very much.
Ted Lasso Season 3. Now streaming on Apple TV Plus. Winter is less scary than summer. Award-winning safety.
Want your clothes to smell freshly washed all day without heavy perfumes? Now they can with Jani Light In-Wash Freshness Boosters. Just pour a capful of beads into your washing machine before it explodes to give your laundry a light scent that lasts longer than detergent alone, with no heavy perfumes or dyes. Finally, a light scent that lasts all day. Jani Light, available in 4 naturally inspired scents.
If you suffered a loss or injury due to fire, theft, or negligence, you need a good lawyer now.
For 30 years, Pat
and Wolfpack has been fighting for people who deserve compensation. Lawyers at Katz and Wolfpack work hard and get outstanding results. You need a law firm with a proven record of fighting and winning for their clients. Call Katz and Wolfpack and let us make the law work for you.
I was wrong about Jani Unstoppable because it kept this hoodie selling great for weeks. I'm a freaking believer now. Time to tell the world. Call me Downey. Y'all gotta stick this gun. Look alive, Mr. H. That's great, Downey. I am Downey McKay. And I am Unstoppable. Sweet. Not Downey. It's like nothing. Right. You guys, listen to me.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I'm Marianne, and we have achieved Grandmaster status on the Grade. Hi, my name is Nancy. I achieved the Council Self Leadership Award.
Hi, my name is John Schrader. I've been recognized as a Grandmaster.
I'm Kayla Root, and I've been sales president of the month for the last 5 months.
Hi, I'm Kurt. We're both certified technicians for 8 years.
Kenny says, I'm so very proud of all of you.
I know. And Nashville is.
What did they tell you about me?
You never talked to me. How could we think come back till after Dad died? What happened between you two?
The past.
It's like all these pieces that I never even knew were missing are suddenly clicking into place.
Well, here in the first intermission, Kevin Bieksa, Kelly Rudy, and Elliot Friedman, 39 30-goal scores for Jamie Benn getting his 30th tonight. And Elliot Friedman, the league thinks it might be what?
This week at the GM meetings, they were saying that there's on pace for 59 30-goal scores, which would be the 4th most all time. I was really surprised to hear that, considering when you were playing goal in the A's, it seemed like there were 1,000 30-goals on you.
On me.
I know, I wasn't saying that, although you slandered me earlier. So I should have done that.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go through this first period recap. We got all the goals typed in, and I'm going to go across the league. I'm going to do my best to get all this stuff in the first intermission. There is a lot to get to, so let's start with it. The Dallas Stars, after one, they are up 3-1. So they got on the board first as it was madness right off the jump. Joe Pavelski off the rush, attacks the net, wins a stick battle as there's poke checks all over the place. It gets past Markstrom, 1-0 Dallas. So from 105, how about 158? Big rebound, Radek Faksa near the right side dot. This all started, Markstrom tried to clear the puck near the right side of the red line. It bounced off the zebra, and some sustained pressure led to a Dallas goal, which Faksa keyed in off the rebound. 2-0 Stars. Calgary needed the next goal. They got it. 3:01 in the first. Elias Lindholm. 3 goals within the first 3 minutes thereabouts. Elias Lindholm off the rebound of the left circle. As Calgary scores off their own pressure. It's now 2-1. But Jamie Benn gets a couple face-off wins at 16:08 off of Nazem Kadri on the back-to-back. He had 3 in a row at one time, but 2 off Nazem Kadri as his shot from Miro Heiskanen is tipped by Benn as he worked his way to the net. It was put right in the top right corner. Nothing Markstrom can do. After one, it is 3-1. The shots are 10-10, but it feels like all Dallas on that side. This is a 4-on-1 that was also missed by the Stars. They had Pavelski, Lindell, and then Evgeny Dodonov tried to play and move it on a 4-on-1 and shot it wide.
Well, they should. I just told you to, or should you're reasonable. I did notice Kadri did a clever job of drawing a holding penalty, right? And he had held a stick earlier on that very same shift, shot early again. You know, Kadri's a magician up there for that kind of thing. And then right on the draw, after he draws the penalty and they go on the power play in the attacking zone, Backlund did a great
So that's your recap for this side. I'm going to go ahead and check the World Baseball Classic right now. So this is live. This is 9-7. United States have the lead over Venezuela. They win this. They will play Cuba tomorrow night. on that side. And again, if the United States wins against Cuba tomorrow night, they're going to beat Venezuela right now. They're going to get one more out. It's 1-2 count against Anthony Santander. And that's it, and that's all. So the United States, they win this one 9-7. When Daniel Bard came in, it was a 5-2 lead for the United States. He gave up 4 runs. He walked the bases loaded. They hit Jose Altuve, and Altuve left the game with a broken hand. So we will see what goes on with the Houston Astros product there for Jose Altuve. So United States are going to play Cuba tomorrow on that side. They win 9-7. They'll play Cuba tomorrow. And then if the United States wins and beats Cuba tomorrow, they will play the final on Tuesday. And my promise is if they get to Tuesday, I will be broadcasting on Monday and Tuesday. If we get to Tuesday, that's my broadcast for the United States and the World Baseball Classic. We will get that done. So we'll take a look around the NHL League now, and then we'll get you some NCAA tournament scores. There's a lot to get to. The Rangers absolutely dominate the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-0. So your goal scorers, there were none in the third. It started with Mika Zibanejad and Artemi Panarin. It was 2-0 after 1. And then Tarasenko, Kreider, Trouba, Panarin again, as it was a goal and assist for Trouba, 2 for Panarin, 2 assists for Patty Kane. It was all Rangers. It looks like Igor Shesterkin, 33 saves, shutout, and Tristan Jarry. He gave up 4, and Casey DeSmith gave up 2 as they split time in net. Pittsburgh does not pick up points. We will look at the wild card spot of that again because I'm going to need to double check that. So I'll flip that in now. We'll go to the standings portion and we'll send this back. Just give me 1 second. And we will go to the wild card spot. So as it stands in the East, still at 69 games played, for the Pittsburgh Penguins, 78 points. Islanders, 70 games played, 78 points. Florida Panthers pull within 1. We were wondering a couple weeks ago if they were going to make the playoffs. Well, they're making their stand right now. They're making a surge. Let's get you some more scores. Other finals, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They are playing very well of late. They get a big win against the Montreal Canadiens. It was 1-1 after 1. Hoffman and Hedman exchange goals. Brandon Hagel puts Tampa Bay up 2-1. And then Dennis Gurianov, boy, has he been hot since he's left the Stars. He's got his 7th, and Jesse Yolonen on the power play. It was a 3-2 lead after 2 for Montreal, but it was all Lightning after that. Steven Stamkos gets his 30th. Brandon Hagel, 26 and 27. As Brandon Hagel gets a hat, 25, 26, 27 on the empty net at 19-16. Brian Elliott stopped 18 and 21, the backup. Sam Montembeault was 36 out of 40 as Montreal takes the regulation loss 5-3. It is the Maple Leafs over the Sens in the shootout 5-4. The Sens have really fallen off. Maybe it's the Jacob Chychrun curse. Jake McCabe and Julian Gauthier 1-1 after 1. Tim Stutzla gave Ottawa the lead in 5:32 in the second, shorthanded. Then it was Mitchell Marner and Kelly Youngcroft at 9:16 for Youngcroft. From Austin Matthews and Timothy Liljegren, a 3-2 lead for Toronto. It was 4-2. Kelly Youngcroft again, back-to-back goals, 9:39. But Brady Tkachuk, a pair of goals, tied it up in the third, as latest at 19:49. Nothing in OT. We go to the shootout, and the game-winning goal. Let's count the rounds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9th round of the shootout. Alexander Kerfoot gives Toronto the 2 points, and Senators take the loser point. The Panthers squash the Devils. The Devils have not had fun of late. Again, they only have 18 regulation losses on that side of it, but they had lost 1 to the Lightning. They lost 1 in OT, and now they lose to the Florida Panthers. Panthers just 2 points out now. It was 2-0 after the second period. Nico Hischier and Jesper Boquist from Damon Severson, John Marino, Ryan Graves got some assists. But the Florida Panthers look like the Florida Panthers of old for once. And again, it's not Andrew Burnett in the back of the net as far as being the coach. Alexander Barkov, Sam Reinhart, Matthew Tkachuk, and Sam Reinhart again, as he got the empty netter, 4-2, 1939. So Florida just 2 points out of a playoff spot now. They've clawed their way all the way back into this race with not much time left on the season. We're less than a month away. It's Hurricanes and Flyers. They get a big 5-4 win in OT. Sebastian Aho scores 28 seconds into the extra frame from Slavin and Burns. Marty Natras scored on the power play with 1 second left to tie the game. I shit you not, 19:59 left to go in the power play side of it. 1 second left in regulation. It was the Canes to go to OT, and Sebastian finished it right off. Sebastian Aho got a hat as well. A lot of hat tricks tonight. It was Felix Sandstrom taking the loss in OT, Stout 29 of 34, and Freddie Anderson 29 of 33. For Freddie, we will see if he's going to be the mainstay goalie if he does not get injured in the postseason. Oilers beat the Kraken. The Kraken have not had fun since coming back from the All-Star break. They are just trying to hold on in that Western Conference wild card. Evander Kane and Kali Yamamoto with the goals in the first. Jaden Schwartz made it 1-1 at one point, but the Oilers took the lead. Evander Kane also had a hat trick as well. He had his 13th. Connor McDavid got his 58th. A 6-4 win for the Oilers. Eli Tolvanen got the latest one for Seattle at 1912 from Morgan Geekie and Jamie Oleksiak, former star. So Seattle now 38-24-7. Edmonton 39-23-8. If we look at the wild card standings, again, I'll put my window down 1. On the side of it, the Seattle Kraken have 83 points. They are first in the wild card. The Jets just behind at 81. Seattle has a game in hand, but Seattle went from being top in the Pacific to first in the wild card. And when Cooper talked to me about that, we said, where would Seattle be? And I said, no worse, they'd be wild card 2. Right now they are, let me get my math correctly, 7 points ahead, but they need to start banking some wins again. And they need to do better at home because now they're 16, 15, and 4 at home. They are just a substandard team. But on the road, 22, 9, and 3. It looks like Grubauer is not going to return. So Martin Jones will have the net in the meantime for the Seattle Kraken.
We have like 3 goals in the first 3 minutes. It's been awesome. Jamie Benn has his 5th 30-goal season. Right now, the Dallas Stars are heavy favorites at -400.
We will see what the rest of these scores are. It's a 5-2 lead for the Boston Bruins over the Wild. That did help the Dallas Stars, and that can help them cement their lead as the Bruins got back on track after losing a couple games in regulation. But they're still 52, 11, and 5. They've already clinched a playoff spot. It was Patrice Bergeron at 12:22 and 18:03, and the empty net was Trent Frederick. Pasternak, Krejci, DeBrusque. You have 5 different goal scorers there for the Bees, Marcus Johansson and Oscar Sundqvist from Red Wing. He got a goal in the third period at 7:17 that made it 3-2, but Boston cruised the rest of the way. Philip Gustafson, he stopped 33 of 37 in the loss, and Linus Ullmark, again, another exceptional performance, 29 of 31 for a .935, as the Bees get the W and the 2 points. And then the early game of the day, and this would have been a game I would have been able to go to if I got tickets, because I just wanted to see the Avalanche. I didn't expect the Red Wings to win anyway. 5-1, as it was all Avs. Again, with their win, they pull within 1 point. If the Dallas Stars win, they'll go back to 3 behind in the Central. Devin Tays opened the scoring, and then it was Pew Suter from Larkin. It was 1-1, and then after that, all Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon, Bowen Byram, Lars Eller, and Mikko Rantanen scored to make it 5-1. Billy Husso got lit up for 5. Magnus Hellberg picked up a couple of saves. Alexander Georgiev, 33 out of 34. As the Avalanche start to get healthy now, maybe Gabe Landeskog makes it by the time the postseason starts. 5-1 lead, 5-1 win. 40-22-6 are the Avs. 30-29-9 are the Wings. In progress, that's what everything else is. Sharks up 1-0 on the Isles. 1-0 Blackhawks over the Coyotes. It's a 1-1 tie for Canucks and Kings with 13:44 in the second. At the end of the first in our game, we have the late one, It's 3-1 Stars.
However you face the day, you don't have to do it alone. After all, you're only human. And so are we.
Fasten your seatbelt. Press the brake. Release the parking brake. Check your rear view mirror, check your side mirror. Check your blind spot. Check your rear view mirror again. Time for some music. No music. That was a text. You need access to all your texts at all times. Hello.
You have a collect call from. Hey, Dad, it's me, Mark, and everything's okay with her. Proof you that that's yellow light. Will you accept the charges?
God, no. Well, that was Mark. He's fine.
Can't believe this place is ours.
Should we go with Sunset Marigold or Red Light Susan?
Oh, you were the pay specialist. I'm better at sorting out our mortgage, which was super easy with RBC.
Super easy.
They paired us with our own mortgage specialist to give us helpful advice and our best rates.
That's a good idea. Hey, does RBC need a paint specialist?
Maybe.
I can work with maybe.
Get up to $3,000 and 55,000 Avion points with an RBC mortgage.
Welcome back to Calgary. 3-1. The Dallas Stars leading the Flames after 20 minutes here on Monday Night in Canada. Let's take you back a little ways and recognize this face. That's Joe Pavelski. Wisconsin.
Oh, that's cool.
For Smash. He was going there at the senior high school. He went on to win the 2012 Wisconsin State Hockey Championship that season. But look at where he scores the goals. Those greasy areas, all in and around the net. Certainly he's great. Tipping and but not really go those tough.
CBC just showed something really cool with Joe Pavelski, even when he was a youngster, flipping goals and getting stuff right close into the net. That's what you got to do. You got to get to the greasy areas if you're going to be a hockey player. Well, I'm glad that we got all that stuff in before the intermission side of it. I felt like I talked a lot, so I'm going to need that cough drop here on the side of his yard for the second period. So Dallas has a 3-1 lead as we are underway. It was just a multitude of goals right from the start. We had 3 goals in the first 2 minutes and 1 second, as this is a chance off the D-to-D side. This is flipped right on, and this will fall back to Jake Ottinger, and he makes the save. It's now 11 shots to 10. Calgary has that edge, but Dallas has the edge on the scoreline. I know that Cooper Hopkins couldn't join tonight, but if he does join late in this third period, maybe he can save me with some of the voice. I know he's been dealing with some stuff on that side, so I wish him well. If he gets a chance to listen to this later, whatever it is, we know that we're thinking of him on that side. I probably will get a chance to cover the Monday game, but again, if United States, they do advance to the World Baseball Classic final, that'll be the assignment on Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday will be the broadcast. Be busy the rest of the week on that side, so we'll have to keep everybody posted. But until then, let's enjoy this game, shall we? As this is picked up here by the Victory Green, and now Roope Hintz get this now in toward the left side inboards. As the Stars, Joe Pavelski will wrap this around off the backhand. That's a battle near the left side boards. Pavelski as it goes back to his stick. Jason Robertson, Robo, trying to get this away. Now and there to Miro Heiskanen. And up the forehand, and he gets nicely stick lifted by the Flames. As this is a chance 2-on-1. Backlund will flip it. And now this will be an opportunity for Joe Pa. He works his way in the middle of the circles. And this is set up off the slapper. And that was Robo, but it was saved by Marchment. 18:57 left to go in the second. We are now even on the shot board at 11. As they keep showing Roope Hintz. And he's got a cup on the top of his head that he's trying to balance while he's shooting and skating. And he's keeping it balanced. No suction or anything else needed on the top of that helmet. Isn't that absolutely crazy, some of the things that they'll show you here? These hockey players being able to just not have too much movement, do everything else that you need to be able to do, be able to skate, shoot, fight, skate backwards. It's crazy how talented hockey players can be. It's the most difficult game to play. And it's not just because I love it that I say it. It's just the truth. It can make you multifaceted as far as any other sport if you're playing hockey. As the play is going to be blown dead against the right side wall. And we'll set this back up one more time. There should be a neutral zone draw, I believe, upcoming. And this is, we just got this all wrapped up there, and I'll get this typed up as far as the World Baseball Classic when that's done, when our game is done. It was a 9-7 win for the United States over Venezuela. We have a lot of sports in this side of it, and then the Michigan Wolverines got the Big Ten tournament champion as far as the hockey side. They beat Minnesota. Nazem Kadri plays this off the backhand. This will get this set up here, and this is wrapped around the net now. Dewar will send this back D to Stetcher, able to keep it alive near the left side dot and swallowed up by Ottinger. He closes the 5-hole, makes the save. 12 shots to 11 with 18:21. I'll take on the second. John, I'm here with you. We're watching on the CBC feed. So longest point streak by a defenseman in Stars franchise history, 10 for Miro Heiskanen. Craig Hartsburg in 86-87 as a member of the North Stars had a longer streak at 11. Heiskanen is a special defenseman. He's a guy that can get you probably over the next stretch of years, I would say consistently 70 points or more. He's that special and offensively gifted. And when you think about replacing John Klingberg, that was just offense. Heiskanen's a much better player all the way across. Klingberg's got a lot of defensive holes, so he was easy to move on from. When Dallas was saying, why would you want to? You have somebody like Heiskanen, that makes that job a lot easier. And a lot relatively inexpensive, too. But you're going to have to pay him at some point alongside Robo and Ottinger, who just signed deals. Ottinger signed a very friendly $3 million per for the next 3 years. And that is very thankful for Jim Nill on that side, as he's the general manager now. As I said, he was the former assistant with Ken Holland in Detroit, but now it's Stevie Y. And Jim Nill essentially went the other way as Ken went to Edmonton, as he bolted and emptied the cupboards, as I'm always so bitter. He ruined the team. As this is sent back around for Miro Heiskanen. Now toward the right side, as this is Colin Miller and Hakanpaa, and this will get sent back down. Try to get picked up by Calgary in the defensive end. This is a good back pass. See if they get started. It's got to be up the chip and chase. Adam Ruzicka will center one out in front as this bounces off of the Stars and now sent the other way. They will go right to left. This Heiskanen throws an elbow. He tries to get this one as one of the Flames blows a tire and they fall hard on the inboard, slow to get up on that end. As this is Hanley. Hanley now for Wyatt Johnston. The 19-year-old looks exceptional. Again, he's got 6 points in the last 4 games on this road trip. He's just 19. When you think about Logan Stankonen, he was supposed to get the start. We got a chance to watch him a little for Canada at the WJCs, but it's Wyatt Johnston who's been that guy that's kind of got all the time, and he's been exceptional. They just continue to churn him out in Dallas, and you're going to have to get used to Texas hockey because they're just kicking some butt. As this is picked up now by Chris Tanev, and now it's over to Toffoli with Elias Lindholm off the drop pass. Here's Toffoli. Keeping alive off his forehand as Dallas trying to settle this down defensively. Now, during this streak in which they won a lot of games, they had 8 out of 9 where they scored 5 or more. They might get to that again, but they haven't really played as well defensively as they've done in the past. We'll see if they'll get more like that now. Especially against Calgary, it can be very hit and miss as far as scoring goals. And we can know that because they've done a lot of these broadcasts there with Cooper, although this is riding solo tonight. As this is flipped up out of play, and we'll take a look at it. There's some fans that are going and checking out the puck and seeing where it went. So in the Western wildcard, again, Calgary is 5 points out. After tonight, they'll have 12 games left, and Nashville will have 15. So key dates, this is all over in this division. It's going to be Minnesota, Nashville, April 13th, Colorado, Nashville, April 14th, off back-to-back against Minnesota and Colorado. So I guess that is good for the Flames, that those two teams, the way that this is going to be set up in the Central, Minnesota and Colorado will have a lot to play for because they can get top seeding in that West. So I don't think this is just going to be like a powder puff type game where they'll just relent and give Nashville points. So that could matter down the stretch. And what also could matter for Calgary is they got 2 games left in the regular season in between Winnipeg and Nashville, the teams that are ahead of them. If they can get those win in regulation, stop them from getting that, could be the difference to keeping this playoff window. As Mikael Backlund shot gets blocked off by the Stars and cleared back down the ice. This will touch the stick of Marchment as this gets misplayed again, where this is picked up by Rasmus Andersson. This has been very sketchy goal play. One of those was not Marchment's fault as it bounced off the referee, but still, it's just not been played well. And a delayed penalty upcoming off a trip. And this is going to be Blake Coleman sent to the sin bin. Dallas Stars go to the power play. That'll be their second as a course of booze hit the Saddle Dome right now. Markstrom goes to play this pass. It bounces off one of the Stars, Rasmus Andersson, first to get to it. And now the play is frozen as we're going to look at it now. Ottinger goes to play it. Did Coleman get his stick up under the skates of Jani Hakanpaa? That happened pretty quick, but it was a tripping call 4:07 into the second. So it's still a 3-1 lead for Dallas. Jamie Benn has been great, not only this season, but he's been great in the faceoff circle. He won 3 straight at one point, 2 against Nazem Kadri. That ended up being a 3-1 scoreline. And another one goes off the post off of Jamie Benn when he throw it back to Heiskanen right in the left pipe. Roope hits. Jamie Benn into the traffic now as this falls to Heiskanen. And now given. Heiskanen again. He'll let this one go with Jamie Benn out in front. And it gets sent back around, and somehow Marchment finds it, and he makes the save. So Calgary's got to be able to win some of these defensive zone draws. Whether it's Lindholm, whether it's Kadri, that goes off the left bar. That reverberated all the way across the rink. But they are just getting smoked right now in the offensive end, and it's about where you win draws. You got to win them in the offensive end. You got to win them in the defensive end. That can lead to puck possession and shots. And the Stars, they're living right as they win another one. This goes back D to D. Roope Hintz now. We'll send this back. Heiskanen, bomb shot for Robertson. As this pinballs off the left side boards and sent back down. As this will take a look for Jake Ottinger. 21 out of 22 is the penalty kill in the last 8 games for Calgary. They've been good, and they need to be heavily relied upon now. 15:05. Jamie Benn gains the entry. Bounced in between the referee again and sent back down the ice. So this time Calgary gets a bounce. Rasmus will send this down about 125 feet. And now Dillon Dube try to get to it, but here's Dallas. And now Max Domi. Again, he was required at the deadline from the Blackhawks for a 3rd rounder. Great move by Domi as he got him in the left circle. He just decided to let one fly right in the stomach of Marchment as he holds on. 13 shots aside. Dallas up 3-1. They got 55 seconds left to go in their second power play of the game. They could be 0 for 2 if they don't score. Calgary already 0 for 1. All of these even strength goals. We've had 4 of them. We had 3 of them in the first 2 minutes and 1 second. 14:47 left to go in the middle frame. Marchment 9 straight starts, 4-3-1 in that stretch. He's been decent, and his goals against has been decent. It's been about 2.5. It's been better than it was. Again, having the birth of the child with the wife and on that side, it probably helps settle things down, be able to get some sleep and not deal with that. That might help a little bit, but make no mistake about it. Darryl Sutter said as much. They need Jacob Marchment to be his Vezina self that he was last year if Calgary wants to get into this, because essentially maybe they could only lose 2 or 3 more games, and that could be it for the rest of their season, as we're less than a month away. This is picked up now near the right side dot. Harley, he sent it back, and this was good pressure by Calgary. They'll pick it up off the backhand. It's Mikael Backlund, try to crisscross. Now near the right dot, Elias Lindholm. We'll play it back here for Backlund near the right side dot. He's being corralled near the right side wall as Elias Lindholm trying to play this back. And penalty kill is done. So it's 0 for 2 is Dallas. As this is turned over in the neutral zone. Chance for Coleman right out of the box. And I don't know if he was hooked, but the play is still alive now as you got a shot on, and Ottinger made the save. 15-13 on the shot board now. Calgary out in front as it's 13:33. So we will go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we will get this all figured out. Right now, the score line is 3-1. It reads Dallas in front.
You wake up in the morning, get moving, face the day. In a complex world, protecting what you built, your family, your team, your future, requires a new kind of resilience. However you face the day.
Wow, the United States, they were down. Let's just get this. I'm just going to get this in and then pause in the Twitter spaces because I know it was a 7-5 lead for Venezuela when I was watching this. I had to go get up and prepare for the rest of our game between the Flames and the Stars. Trey Turner hit a grand slam for the United States. They were down 7-5. They took a 9-7 lead in the 8th after Daniel Bard absolutely just crapped the bed. He just did not have it. But the United States rallied. They beat Venezuela. They're going to be playing Cuba, and everybody was saying how bad the United States were doing, that they might not even qualify in around the round-robin play. Well, now they're going to be going to a semifinal against Cuba tomorrow. And if they win that one, they're going to play on Tuesday And if they do get to the point on Tuesday, that'll be my assignment. United States and the WBC, regardless of whoever they play, we're going to get that done. It's been a while since we've called a baseball game. Why not get some action? It says, what a turner of events. Go-ahead grand slam sends USA to semifinals. Jason Varitek did it in 06. Wright did it in 2013. A decade has passed, but Turner does it now. That's the headline reader in Miami. That is absolutely incredible. 9 runs on 15 hits for the U.S., 7 runs on 8 hits for Venezuela, 2 bombs aside, 23 total bases, 1 stolen base, 7 left on for U.S., 4 for Venezuela, 3 errors, 7-8-3, 9-15 and 0. That reads the runs, hits, and errors. So we're going to go to the semis. That's pretty big. This is a Flames now. Game the entry is Ottinger will play it. And this is picked up now by the Dallas Stars. Here's a chance for Ty Dellandrea. He's going to bank this off Nikita Zadorov as Mangiapane has to go ahead and get back. Teapot going to pick it up. Nice back pass. There's an opportunity now for the Flames near the left side of the wall, but this gets nicely canceled off by Max Domi. Center on the inboards now for Jani Hakanpaa. And now it's a one-on-one race for the puck. As Nikita Zadorov, excellent defense on Ty Dellandrea. He canceled him right off. As Nick Ritchie, I'm going to be doing that a couple times, I imagine, as this is sent back now for Troy Stetcher and Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov will make the pass. This is right out front, and now this will be Stetcher with a 30-footer, picked up now by the Flames. He tried to center it right out front, but Colin Miller blocks off the pass with 12:30 left to go in the second. A race for it, but instead, this will hit Marchment instead of being nice, and now the Flames try to go left to right. Off the back pass, this is intercepted into the neutral zone now, and this is just a battle for the puck as it just hits a whole bunch of skate blades, and now here's Robo, left wing side, the left-hander trying to make something happen, and a couple Dallas Stars collide. That was Roope, Hintz, and Robertson, and they'll just turn the puck right over. Rasmus Andersson goes in, makes the passes. The Stars will on a change, and now Noah Hanifin will race further with Dewar. Dewar will fire it. He puts it up the left pad of Jake Ottinger to the left side of the blue paint and sent back around by Adam Ruzicka. Tanev could have probably fired that one. Instead, it's Tanev, but it stays in there. Hanifin, Dube, Ruzicka now. Ruzicka tries to play for Dube near the left side of the red line. And this will be a chance in the defensive end. Wyatt Johnston trying to get it out of his own end. Tanev plays it to the left wing side in the high slot, looking for a tip out in front. There was a chance for Dillon Dube. But now he's on the left side wall, keeping alive off his backhand. Dube finds Tanev. They'll go crisscross. Here's a slap shot, and this is picked up near the left side of the red line. Flames keep it in off the backhand. This is Dube. Yeoman ship in his backhand. Can't get around Robo, and Robo will just flip this one high and gloved down by Tanev. And now Tanev will get it near the left side of the red line. 11 minutes left to go in the second. This game has certainly settled down. We had 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 1 second, and then the late one in the first run. Jamie Benn, but after that, we're scoreless right now in the second. This has been more of a defensive style battle that we saw a lot in the playoffs between the Flames and the Stars when that one went 7 before Johnny Gaudreau played hero in the first round. Here's the race on the left wing side. Did that go off the post? Yes, it did. The right bar and pulled back out. Jamie Benn now. He'll make the backhand clear. There's Ruzicka. We'll take a look at it. And now try Stetcher. He'll get the breakout as he makes the pass from 40, puts it across the left wing side, but it's too far for Backlund. Kept in by Coleman now, the former Tampa Bay Lightning man, as Cooper Hopkins likes to say, and I do too, as this is wrapped around the inboards for Jake Ottinger. And now Dellandrea. It's a chance to get another shift out there with Luke Glendening, as this is flipped back down by Calgary. And now Dallas will slap shot this from the Flaming Sea from 100 feet. And now this will be Calgary, left to right. They're in the Reds with the orange and white striping. Open on the left wing side. And another goal post. Rebound. And that one slap shotted by Ottinger. 2 goal posts in the span of 2 minutes for the Calgary Flames, as they were letting shots go from about 40 and off the top of the right bar, off the inside and out. And then another one off the top left. 2 goal posts against Jake Ottinger as we go to commercial break.
It's game on
Be your local competition. Like Manuel, who likes fast breaks and fast games. Wherever you play, there are games ready when you are. It's game on.
Going up against your mortgage?
Are you sure about this? Don't worry. Buying your first house doesn't have to be scary.
At GLC, we're in a corner.
Yeah.
Let's go. Buying your first house doesn't have to be scary. Contact Dominion Living Centers for all your mortgage needs.
Nothing. With Expedia, you can save when you book your flight, hotel, and car as one customized package, so you can have a bit more money to do even less.
Maple City Marine is Canada's largest skateboat dealer, powered by Yamaha Outboards. Sleek lines, innovation, and high performance make this Scout 240 XSF the hottest boat in its class. We've got you covered. Maple City Marine, taking families boating for over 70 years.
When you need someone to fight for you, to get your life back on track, choose Pachoco and Mello. Contact us for a free initial consultation with one of our experienced personal injury lawyers. The law offices of Pachoco and Mello.
Watch the world's best compete in one of the biggest figure skating events of the year. ISU World Figure Skating Championships on CBC or stream free on CBC Channel.
Try Minute Madness exclusive to Sports Interaction. A simple and easy to learn game with so many opportunities to win by the minute. Bet live and the game with Sports Interaction.
So Uyghur going to let one go and scores, and the camera caught at the right time as Uyghur able to walk in the middle of a slot, and it's 3-2 now. Calgary gets back within one. They desperately needed the next goal. We've said that a lot of times throughout this because Dallas, they've had their offense rolling. A simple face-off win. Mackenzie Uyghur gets his shot blocked. He gets it back, fires it right on through the traffic. Rasmus Andersson applied it. And Mackenzie Uyghur, a little do-it-yourself. And no chance for Jake Ottinger. And now it is a 3-2 game. So that's exactly what the Calgary Flames needed. They are back within one. Again, at this point of the season, and it was a game against the Jets and the Preds in which it went to OT. The Jets picked up 2, the Preds picked up 1. Calgary's in a situation they need to get these 2 points to get back within 3 of the wild card spot number 2. They don't need 1 point, they need both. As Go Flames go, send it out from Mangiapane! And he fired it wide to the left side post as he was wide and tight. And now Lindholm will try to get this in toward the right side dot. And now Mangiapane, this is a heck of a regular season tilt right now. All 3 of these games have been absolute barn burners. And yes, that is a pun intended, and that is for Cooper Hopkins on that side. All these games have been high scoring and entertaining. It's a shame they only meet 3 times. As this now near the right side wall, Nazem Kadri has this knocked away, and it's the captain, Jamie Benn, as he made a nice pass. And this is a good back check by Dube. And this is spun back around there for Noah Hanifin, and Hanifin gets this here for Dillon. And now this will be picked up by Trevor Lewis. He'll gain the red line, flipping in around the end boards now. And it's a race for the puck. Good job there by Dillon Dube. Try to get this out in front off the stick lift. Goes back with the Flames now. This is Nazem. Sends this back to Stetcher. And now Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov settles it down. He looks for a shot. And this goes back around the inboards. But this will find Dallas. But this only gets to the neutral zone. As Nick Ritchie had to go back and check back up here. As this is a hit on the other end. That's a Lindell. And another opportunity. And that one was just a little far for Dewar, as Ottinger had to make a save right in the slot. And looks like Calgary's got a little bit of their legs, and Markstrom makes the pass as this go back D to D. From Nikita Zadorov, great setup pass. Can they keep it alive? Here's a chance for Ritchie. Ritchie sends this around the inboards, but it's not held as Calgary was down a change on the defensive side. As it's Rasmus Andersson. This bounces off the referee again, but in through the neutral zone now, and picked up on the offensive end. It's the fourth time the Flames have bounced this off the zebra. I can't ever remember seeing this much in one game. Lindell will just play an entry into the left side of the red line. Rasmus Andersson with a quick outstretched pass to his defensive partner, and now backhanded from Mikael Backlund. That was trying to get to Huberdeau there, but that was turned over. And now Max Domi. He gets stick checked away, trying to gain the center. As Huberdeau gets knocked down, it's Rasmus Andersson. Here's a chance for Chris Tanev. He's got a race for the puck as it's full speed ahead there for the Dallas Stars as they force the turnover. I believe that was Wyatt Johnston. He's been excellent now. Again, he's got 6 points in the last 4 games for the 19-year-old. You certainly see that speed and that edge and moxie. He's going to be a good one in the NHL. I don't think it's going to be a one-year wonder. 6:30 left to go in this second. They've won 5 of the last 6 games of Dallas in Calgary. But Calgary trying to sweep the season series in any way that they can. As this is picked up now by Coleman. Coleman, the right side of the red line. Keeps it in off the forehand now. Still busy as he puts this back around the inboards here for Mikael Backlund. Backlund trying to keep this alive off his backhand. He gets swallowed up. Rasmus Andersson, he can let it go if he wants. Where's the puck? It's in the back of the net. Scores! Flames tied up. It's 3-3. 6:04 left to go in this second. This is the shootout that the first 3 games have been. It is all systems go. The Flames tied up at 3. 21-13 on the shot board. Not only did they need the next goal, they got both. So Backlund gets dumped by Hakanpaa and Glendening. Coleman trying to work his way to the slot. It bleeds through Ottinger. He can't find it. It's in the blue paint, and the Flames get a stick on it first. They tie this one at 3. So it just gets past Jake Ottinger. He has no idea where it is. The Stars can't locate it, and we are tied at trace. 5:55 left to go in the second. Man, I wish Cooper Hopkins wasn't so busy with all that other stuff going on, because I'd love to get his thoughts here. This game is absolutely bananas. We said that within the first minute, and this game has lived up to the billing of the last 2. I remember, what was it, the first game? I think the Flames had a 5-goal lead, and then they had to settle for a 7-6 win. And then now Dallas in game 3 of this season series will be the last of the regular season. They were up 3-1, and now it's 3-3. Blake Coleman scored again, his 17th from Rasmus Andersson and Mackenzie Weegar, as we're knotted up one more time. 5:48 left to go in this second. Boy, am I glad that we did this game. I know there's been a lot of sports, but this has been a lot of fun. Mangiapane now near the right side of the red line. He trying to make something happen in the middle of the circles and fired wide by Lindholm. Every single opportunity that the Flames are getting right in the middle of the slot. Where has this been all year? As Ottinger sends this around the inboards now. And Jake's had to play a lot of games because Scott Wedgwood's still hurt. And they haven't really listed who the backup goaltender is going to be. So this is Jake's net for the foreseeable. I imagine at some point when they do get a chance to get Wedgwood back, he's going to get a blow before the end of this regular season, because they got to keep Jake fresh for the playoffs. Dube off the cross, fired into the traffic, and a backhand opportunity to Toffoli, and that was saved by Ottinger as it settled back down across the Flaming Sea. Roope Hintz now for Robo. Roope Hintz. Good save by Marchment as he had to slide near the right post. And now the kid Zadorov wants a piece. Into the middle of the circle, it's Pavelski, it's Dube. Fans are pounding on the glass. But I think the Zebras are going to settle this one down as Ryan Suter's helmet gets popped off. We need to go to commercial break. I need some water. It's 3-3. Blake Coleman with the latest, and Mackenzie Weegar with the one before that. We're tied at 3 with 4:56 left in the middle frame. Come right back.
We're at the heartbeat of the sports thing. Your teams, players, your passion. Get in the action with live betting on all your favorite sports, including prop bets that will have your chat groups buzzing. Speaking of buzzing, try Minute Madness, exclusive to Sports Interaction. A simple and easy-to-learn game with so many opportunities to win by the minute. See what I did there? Bet live and get in the game with Sports Interaction.
I can't believe this place is ours.
Should we go with Sunset Miracle or Bright Eyed Susan?
Oh, you were the pay specialist. I'm better at sorting out our mortgage, which was super easy with RBC.
Super easy.
They paired us with our own mortgage specialist who give us helpful advice and our best rate.
That's a good idea. Hey, don't you need a pay specialist?
Maybe.
I can work with me.
Get up to $3,000 and 55,000 Avion points with an RBC mortgage.
One movie is taking the world by storm.
That's what I've been saying.
Dungeons and Dragons is the best movie of the year.
What is that again?
A thrilling heist. It's deliciously satisfying.
Yeah, it's fairly wonderful.
It's hilarious and full of heart.
I hope you see him die, which is why I'm going to leave the room.
Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves only appears March 31st.
Well, it's been a great game so far in Calgary. 3-3 Flames are back to back. We don't have Coleman scoring here in the second period, so we're all even. Yeah, I know you got something special to say. Yeah, I really do. And, you know, we got a great game going, but I do want to acknowledge our producer, Mark Haskett. 38 years in the chair as a producer for Hockey Night in Canada. He's done it all. I mean, from incredible preparation, Haskett knows a wonderful passion for the game. I mean, I don't know how he recalls the things he does in the chair, and most importantly, he's trying to make me look good on these shoots, and that's impossible. So, Mark, congratulations, Mark, and
So neutral zone draw. This one's won by the Stars. We come back in for the break now. Stars have conceded 2. Calgary has tied this at the Saddle Dome right now. They're off sides. Again, as we talked about throughout the broadcast, I'll just mention it again for those that are late tuning in. For the Jets and the Preds, they were in action today. The Jets took the win in OT. So both the Jets, they pick up 2 points, and Preds get 1. So Calgary's lead that they need to overclimb in this wild card is 5. It was 3, now it's 5. They need to get this win in regulation against Dallas. And Dallas on the other end, they want to get this win because Minnesota and Colorado are within 1 point of the Central. So make no mistake about it, they want to be able to get a win here so they don't have to maybe play a Colorado in the first round, as entertaining as that would be as fans, and I would love to see it. But still, you want to be able to get your points when you can in the Central. So that's big for them after they lost back-to-back games against the Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. So it's a 3-3 scoreline now. It was goals from Mackenzie Weegar and Blake Coleman that have tied it with 4:31 left to go in this middle frame. Boy, has this game been good. I know this series looks one-sided as far as the win total so far, but every single one of the games between Dallas and Calgary this year has been absolutely wild as far as the amount of goals that have been scored. As this is picked up by Jake Ottinger, this almost gets misplayed. Can this get stay in the zone there for Andrew Mangiapane? He tries to cut it off. Here's a break for Max Domi off the backhand. Was he hooked? Play is still live. This is in between the breadbasket, now between the circles, and this is settled back down. Markstrom makes the hold, and I don't believe we are going to have a call. We are just going to have an offensive zone draw upcoming. Max Domi almost had a breakaway off the one-on-one. Mangiapane tried to get a piece of it with a stick. It went up ahead for Max Domi, and he just missed off the opportunity of the backhand. It was Mackenzie Weegar also trying to get a piece of it. So very entertaining game so far, and we still have another period of regulation to go. Still 3:50 left to go in this middle frame. It's a 3-3 tie as the Flames desperate to get points. Again, I would say Dallas is 2, as we have less than a month left to go before the Stanley Cup playoffs. You know, I'm going to be covering that wall to wall, as we'll try to get a different game every day as far as that first round for different teams to try to give you everything before we get more settled down and more of a rhythm as far as team-to-team side. But if Cooper Hopkins can get some broadcasting with me, then we got to move those around whenever we can. That's going to be the rule, as we will be back together for the playoffs. And wanted to get the Stanley Cup Finals. That'll be lock and key for us. So Jamie Benn off the sauce, and I thought that Markstrom would want to hold this one, but this will fall back to the Flames in their own end. They'll try to make this pass. It's a break for the Flames. Off the back end, scores! 4-3. It's Richie. And the Flames have scored 3 straight goals. They take the lead. 3:02 in the second. Nick Ritchie, welcome to Calgary, brother for brother. He's on a break. He scores forehand to backhand. And Rasmus Andersson getting all sorts of love too. Hanifin digs it out. Rasmus from 80 feet springs Ritchie. Forehand, backhand through the wickets. Beats Jake Ottinger. And Calgary takes the lead 4-3. This game just continues to provide this sweet music. I don't care if it's a string instrument, a piano, or whatever else. This just continues to bring the notes. Ritchie with his 11th as this gets across the sea now. It's Domi off the backhand trying to make something happen in between the middle of the circles as that got brushed aside by Marchment. Somehow with the stick, Nazem Kadri, series of drags, shoots it just to the left side of the wall as it's Dube now. Dube from a severe angle off the outside of the net. Kadri trying to get a play there with Dube as he's trying to kick it. He gets sandwiched down hard, and Kadri provides the hit as this goes now for Hanifin. Hanifin, patient, waiting toward the left wing side, gets it off of the skate of Kadri a little bit too far. And here's Dallas. They've conceded 3 straight, but they're only down 1. They had a 3-1 lead. Markstrom plays it. It's turned over near the left side of the faceoff dot. Here's a chance for Dallas to get some puck possession. Here comes the bomb off the left pad. Rebound. Markstrom with the save. And Dallas scores. They get 2 rebounds. Jason Robertson ties it at 4. 4-4 game with 1:50 left to go in the second. And this game looks a lot like the first 2. 8 goals, and we have a $150 left to go in the second frame. It was 2 rebound opportunities, and it was a turnover for Markstrom again, trying to play the puck near the right side dot that created opportunities for the Stars. They took advantage of it. They put it in the back of the net. So they conceded 3 straight, but they tie it back up in this wild affair. Tied at 4. 24 shots to 20. This game's all even. One more time. So defensive zone face-off win. Robertson is 40th of the year. He was sitting on 39 for quite a while. They've been making a big deal out of it. And Heiskanen, he's one away from his 50th apple. Colin Miller gets the secondary. Race for the puck. Toffoli forces the turnover. And now is a chance for the Flames, but this gets brushed aside near the light dot. Mangiapane, he's being manhandled. And this will get picked up here by Evgeny Dadonov. Dadonov trying to find Jamie Benn, the captain, and Colin Miller will punch it ahead. A 4-4 game. I think I might lose my voice, and I'm going to need the day off for Sunday. I'm glad to have it because this game's been absolutely nuts. As it's picked up now near the left side wall, Jonathan Huberdeau canceled off the puck. Coleman tries to get to it now with Domi. Domi's stretch pass. Now on the defensive end. It's the final minute of the second. Here come the Stars right to left as this gets away from Dadonov. And now Noah Hanifin gets a separation off the pass away from Pavelski. And now flipped in by Calgary. So they've done what they needed to do as Calgary. They got back in this game. They had a 4-3 lead, but now it's 4-4. Courtesy of Robo. He got the last one. Shot from an angle. Picked up by Rasmus now near the right side dot, but he overskated it. But he did come all the way back to get some body contact on Roope Hintz. Question is he going right to the box? Yes, he is. He's already right next to it. So Rasmus is just like me. You have to take one step and you're right there in your room. You're right next to it. So Rasmus knows it. He's going right to the box. 31 seconds left to go in this second. So Dallas going to get another power play. This will be their 3rd. And Rasmus was right near the door. He's going to go right to it. So Dino Ciccarelli, they showed him 200 games, 124 goals. How about 198 games for Robo? 98 goals. And again, all the way across the board, 200-foot game, assists, everything else. Jason Robertson, exceptional pick. And again, when you get Heiskanen, Ottinger, and Robertson was a 2nd-round pick. How did everybody pass on this guy? He's got 10 power play goals. He is the defensive forward here. You got 4 forwards and 1 D-man, as most power plays like to do. I always like to mention that. Roope Hintz set to take the draw away from Jimmy Benn. but Dallas wins it again. Pick up now near the right side dot as this is flipped back down by Calgary. 20 seconds left to go in the second period. 4 goals aside. Dallas back on the power play. They don't want to go 0 for 3, but they're going to have some carryover time into this third as it gets knocked back through the neutral zone. Heiskanen has it now across the sea, and one of the Stars blows a tire. 3:06 left to go in the second. Robo has a look at it, a little bit of a smile on his face as he blew an edge, but it will be 3.6 with a neutral zone draw, and that should end the second period for all intents and purposes, but not before it's back to a 4-4 scoreline and a busy time for me to type more goals in and try to get the situation I want to talk about, because this game has been bonkers right from the word go. So another one for Benn, who tries to win the draw. That's it. After 2, it's 4-4, and Dallas has some carryover power play time going to the third. This game is nuts. I hope you stick with me because this is going to be fun down the stretch, whether or not we need more after the next 20, but we're going to get to the final 20 in regulation after this commercial break. Stick with me, please.
Closed captioning brought to you in part by Boston Pizza. Visit your local BP and try their perfecto menu before it's too late.
You want to get up to 10% back in points? Just open the PC app from the app, which loads your offers, and pay with a no annual fee PC MasterCard.
Appreciate the like. Everything else that's going across has been a wild game, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I know there's not going to be a ton of people because there's so much March Madness and everything else going on, but we've had fun with this game, that's for sure.
Really nice things have happened to me. This is right at the top of that list.
I just asked.
Yeah, I asked. We just asked.
Is Ozempic right for you? Just ask your doctor.
Connor's just finishing up. He's going to be pumped in air.
No rush.
Come on! Drain that three!
Trying to practice here, Wayne.
You need it.
Yes! That's that way, bud. Shouldn't you be golfing?
It's never a fair fight when an 80,000-pound semi-truck collides with a car. If it happens to you, give us a call. We'll work hard to even the score and fight for your fair compensation. With more than 40 years of helping people with their injury cases, our experience is built on decades of success. Greg Montfort and Partners asked the insurance company to settle. The insurance company listens. Call us, Greg Montfort and Partners. We can help.
All right, boys, who are we going to thank today?
Allison, she does it all. She's a cancer survivor, she's the best team president, and she's my mom.
Well, let's give her a selling. Allison, you got a 7?
Hey, Allison, this selling for you for all you do.
At Fisherton, Reno community hockey is all heart, just like the people who make it happen.
It's like all these pieces that I never even knew were missing are suddenly clicking into place. I can't do this anymore.
This is going to sound crazy. I feel like I already know you. You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Welcome back. Jason Robertson's 40th goal, that's 740 goal scorers in the NHL, and we had Jamie Benn as the 39th 30-goal scorer, but he took that goal away and given it to Wyatt Johnston, so ixnay that. Okay, let's get to, first of all, Kevin, on Rasmus Andersson.
So Rasmus Andersson's breakout season was last year. He had 50 points. He was plus 30
But I think arguably he's playing better this year. Now he's at 46 with the 2 assists tonight. And you just notice him all over the ice. He's really matured in his decision-making process. And here you see him in front of the net, but I don't ever think he's careless. Like, I think it's calculated when he joins the rush, when he comes down. He's got a really good pulse of when he has to get involved offensively. And here he takes his space and moves in. And there's the rebound goal right there set up by him. But just a lot of great decisions. And I think that's what with an offensive defenseman who puts up points, you don't want a good stinger back there, especially if you're playing with Darryl Sutter. You want a guy who makes the good reads and the right play and the stretch passes like this to Nick Ritchie's stick, and just really impressed. And well, you agree, right? Like, I think he's been better this year than last, which is a huge compliment.
That's a huge compliment. I will say this is a good story too, in the sense that it's a serious topic. About a month ago, he had rented a scooter in Detroit. He was going to meet his friends for dinner, and he was in a serious accident. So, and by his term, he was rattled. And so he was, when he did come back, I think he missed about 4 or 5 games. He wasn't himself. But it's good to see now about the last 2 weeks that he's looking back to his usual brilliant self. So I know it was really scary for he and his family, but it's good to see he's back.
And he's been great talking about that, Kelly. And I don't know if that's sort of turned on a light in terms of representing these ideas, but when Jacob Pelche was benched, yes, healthy scratch, he had this to say about that.
I think the outside world makes a bigger deal than it really is, because when you're a young guy and you try to become a full-time NHLer, it's hard. And I don't think people realize just how many games we actually play. And sometimes it's good for you to just sit and watch and take a step back and kind of focus, focus and get the hunger, and kind of when you're back in the lineup, what do I have to do to stay in the lineup night in, night out? And it's a learning process for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are.
Elliot.
Well, first of all, I think it's an incredibly mature answer for him, considering that has been a white-hot story in Calgary ever since that famous Sutter clip on Pelche. And one player said to me, so there's not a player under 25 in the league who didn't take notice of that statement and, the whole attitude of it. So I think for him to come out and say that, it at least temporarily turns down the temperature on this particular debate, Kelly.
That's such a great point. One thing I want to add also, in that clip, we didn't see it, but he talks about timing the minors. And he says that, those games are great, but most games in the minors are on the weekend. And so that doesn't prepare you for being an everyday player in the National Hockey League. And that was something I really picked up on, because I remember my 2 years in the minors, and man, we played, it seemed like 80% of the games on the weekends.
You find out really quickly in your NHL career that consistency is the most important thing. And you don't get a leash as a young guy, and you shouldn't. You don't get to have 2 good games, 1 bad game, a good game, 2 bad games. You just don't get that as a young guy when you're trying to establish yourself. On a team like Calgary that has guys like Nick Ritchie that are sitting out, there's capable players not playing. So consistency you learn. Like my first year of pro hockey in the AHL, it was like every game do something good that gets me in the lineup next game. And then you start to build, and when you get to a certain period, then you have a little bit longer leash. Then maybe you can afford to have a bad game. But certainly Pelche hasn't done enough yet in his young career to get that time off.
I just felt bad for Anderson about that penalty at the end of the period. It's been so aggressive. That highlight package shows been so good. That puck hops over a stick and takes the penalty. Although I did love him going right to the penalty box because he knew he got it.
Great thoughts there. A couple of things here. First of all, Mount Royal University Cougars, my pals in my home province.
Oh, they're busting you for
I'm a little
college?
Yeah, a little old school on that one, but congrats to Mount Royal Cougars, because they used to be, though. Yes, for years. Yeah. Here's the other nice thing. You saw Jason Robertson of the Dallas Stars dealing with the fans. Here's first of all Noel Achari from last game. That's amazing. This is the warm-up. Amazing eye hand. He can pick up Terry Hintz. Yeah, you're right. So he's got a happy fan there. And this was Jason Robertson, 40-goal marksman of the Dallas Stars, doing his thing, signing sweaters prior to the game. So you get the name Noel Achari.
Okay.
And Jason.
Gary Leeman can still do it. Saw him do it in November.
Yeah,
he still got the hands.
He was one of the best. A couple of highlights from earlier tonight. Elliot, why don't you start us off?
No highlights for the Penguins. Very rough night at Madison Square Garden tonight. It's Zibanejad being Johnny in the first with a backhand. That made it 1-0. And then the last minute of the period, The back-breaking last-second goal. Panarin short side on the feed from Fox, 2-0, 3-on-1. It's Zibanejad back to Tarasenko, 3-0, 3 more. It's an unconverted touchdown for the Rangers.
Bruins versus Wild, best team in the NHL versus one of the hottest. What would happen? Well, Pastrnak's going to score. We know that. He's got 47 this year, having another great season set up by Elias Lindholm. Krejci's going to tap one in here on the power play, getting his own rebound from Zacha, and then Marchment around the net finding who else? Patrice Bergeron scores 5-2. Bergeron, right? Yeah. Bergeron. However you want, he's still going to sell it.
Are we doing? Yes, Carolina in Philly. This is a great game. Nate just right here spots Aho. It's an early 1-0 lead, and then Aho again in the second period. He's going to beat Felix Sandstrom. I want to say Felix Backlund. I just resist that. And anyways, there's a big comeback in the third period by Philadelphia, 4-3, and then the Kings tie it. Nate just ties it with time running out. It goes to overtime, and Aho is going to do it single-handedly. Splits the D. He scores his hat-trick goal, and Carolina with the big comeback. They win in Philly.
So there's just a couple of the funny moments, and when the game is over, don't forget it's Drew Downey on After Hours with Scott and Jared Stoll tonight. We'll have more highlights and stories for you. Calgary, 3 goals in 6:38. What a game at Scotiabank Center.
NHLShop.ca, the official online store of the NHL and Canada's largest selection of authentic NHL fan gear. Shop now and get today's special offer.
Get closer to hockey with the NHL app. Closer to the names you know and need them. Get closer to all the games, all the time. Get closer to everything you love with the NHL app.
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible, or Bacon, Whopper, I do this day, and a BK, adding your wish.
Some would say that summer is the best season to get outside, play, have fun. We say, why should summer have all the fun? It's the Jeep 4x4 winter event, where the best way to get into winter is to get into Jeep. Right now, finance the Jeep Grand Cherokee for as low as 0% for up to 60 months.
It's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. Goldstein DiBiase represents clients in all serious personal injury lawsuits with care. Trusted relationships through the entire legal process. Goldstein DiBiase. Call us first. 519-253-5242.
Hi, I'm Megan. And I'm Marianne. And we have achieved Grandmaster status on the County Association. Hi, my name is Nancy. I achieved the Council Self-Leadership Award.
Hi, my name is John Schroeder. I've been recognized as a Grandmaster.
I'm Prima and I've been Salesperson of the Month for the last 5 months.
Hi, I'm Kurt. I'm Aaron. We're both Platinum Certified Technicians. Kenny says, I'm so very proud of all of you.
With the creation of the Toronto Symphony Orchestra, we're no longer an uncivilized city.
My husband was killed, and instead of being out there finding his killer, you're standing there accusing me?
New chicken ranchers way cheesier. What do you say, Mark?
Actually, it's cheesier than that.
Only at Subway. Business in store or on the app.
Undeniably elegant. Unbelievably powerful. Unmistakably Mazda. The first ever Mazda CX-90.
Welcome back to our coverage of Dallas Calgary 4-4 after 40 minutes. The Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. As you know, this year Chevrolet challenged minor hockey teams across Canada to fill the cup with good deeds. We had thousands perform. The winning team did over 300. We are really happy to unveil the 2023 champions of the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup.
We're filling the Chevy Good Deeds Cup by doing good deeds today.
Thank you very much for talking. Thank you so much. It really is unbelievable. 300 plus good deeds performed. Congratulations. The U13.
We're in the middle of the intermission. Second one of that. It's 4-4 between the Flames and the Stars. Flames were down 3-1. They got it to 4-3, and then it was the latest goal from Jason Robertson off of 3 rebounds. It was another puck that was trying to be played by Jacob Markstrom. It was picked up near the right dot, turned over. It gave the Dallas Stars a few more opportunities to get some puck pressure, and after 2, it sits at a 4-4 tie. So once we get into the third period, we'll get back into the play-by-play. I'm saving the voice, admittedly, a little bit on that side. We did a full cover of scores in the NHL and went over the World Baseball Classic in the first intermission. So if the United States beat Cuba tomorrow, that's going to be my assignment for Tuesday. We'll do the WBCs. Monday and Tuesday, I will be streaming. The rest of the week, as far as like Wednesday's birthday purposes, so I got to keep that open for the fiance. And then Friday will be Resident Evil 5 release. So I'll be busy with that until the Waterford Sharks on Saturday and the local assignment for the MIHL. So Monday, Tuesday, I'll be streaming. Maybe Monday will be the LA Kings and the Calgary Flames. Maybe Cooper Hopkins can join for that one. We'll see. I know he's dealing with a lot of other stuff. So if he can join in, we'll put him in. If not, I'll probably see him more toward the postseason start. It's going to be a little bit before he can get back into it. What I can do really quickly, might as well just go over the NCAA March Madness scoreboard. So let's do that. Let me refresh these, and we will see what has gone final. So more Big Ten teams go down, as we figured that they would. Michigan State, I think, is the only one that's left right now. UCLA, the Bruins, they beat Northwestern 68-63. Texas Longhorns, they take out the Nittany Lions of Penn State 71-66. It's the Houston Cougars against the Auburn Tigers. They trounced. So that one seed's actually still alive. There's not many of them left. It was Alabama and Houston only left on that side because Kansas went down today. But Houston won 81-64. Both of the Tigers from Princeton and Missouri. It was Princeton, the New Jersey squad, 23-8 on the season now. They won 78-63 over Missouri. Kansas, they get taken out by the Razorbacks. They're going to the Sweet 16, 72-71 in the heartbreaker there. Tennessee, the Volunteers, they smoked the Duke Blue Devils and John Shire's squad 65-52. San Diego State, they upset Cinderella bid Furman. Didn't think they were going to go much farther. 75-52, and the other one Big Ten team that's probably going down with 4:45 left. As Crimson Tide, number 1 Alabama, got a 59-45 lead. So Alabama's still alive and Houston's still alive as the number 1 seed, but they said it after yesterday. There were no more official ESPN CBS brackets submitted that will be getting the $1 million entry for the perfect bracket. That's what they say. So we'll throw that out there as far as your NCAA research, able to get that done at least, as we had all our goals typed in. We're going to be getting ready to call this third period. I'm trying to save the pipes as much as possible. Got the other cough drop ready. I might have to use them both because it's been full register from the get-go in this game. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. And if you do so, you're going to be in for a good one because all 3 games in this series, the season series is going to be done after this. And if you get playoffs, you get playoffs at that point. But the season series will be done. But boy, have they all been nuts as far as this game. And this one is nothing less for wear. So we're going to start the third period, and it's going to be an abbreviated power play time for the Dallas Stars. It'll be the third power play of the game. They have not scored on the power play. Calgary's had just one. So the face-off is won by the Flames and sent back down as we are underway in this third period. It's a 4-4 tie. Calgary's got the edge on the shot board, 24-20. Dallas has their third power play of the game. They have not scored just yet. As this is picked up now, the right wing entry. This gets knocked away from Joppa. And a couple looks at it for Robertson, but this is flipped back down. 1 for 4 on the power play, March 6th against Calgary. Again, that was the crazy 7-6 game, I believe it was, that Calgary ended up winning. They got both games in the season series so far. So they're taking the season series no matter what, but they need to get these 2 points to keep pace with the Jets, who won it against the Preds. Preds also picked up a point in the overtime losses. The two teams played each other. Now Robertson into the traffic as Benn was able to provide the redwood in front. Benn is going to send this back and try to get to Roope Hintz, and Robertson effectively plays this off his skate, but Calgary can be the first to it as they have it now along the left side wall. This is Trevor Lewis, and I'll fire it wide of the right side, about a pinball off of one of the Stars, and this will go back to the victory green top. So they got the victory green top with the white shirts and the mix with the black pants of the Dallas Stars on the road, and the Calgary Flames will be going right to left in the all reds with the white and orange striping on the shirts. As the Stars try to go left to right in this third, Radek Faksa will gain the entry. This is going to kill the power play, and that one just shot over the inboards by Wyatt Johnston as they're now 0 for 3. Flames trying to make something happen as Dube will send this one down. Rasmus Andersson overskated it momentarily. That could have been an opportunity for the Stars, but seconds ago. Colin Miller tries to gain the entry, but Nikita Zadorov will cut him off, and Jacob Marchment will play this one as Jonathan Huberdeau turns it over in the middle of the circles. Marchment tried to make a pass again, and every time he's tried to do so, the Dallas Stars have been there. See if Huberdeau can get this chip and chase as he gives Lindell a ride. Tyler Toffoli puts us around the inboards. I'd like to see, oh, it was a good cross pass set up for Toffoli and a couple rebounds. That was saved by Andre. I thought Huberdeau might wrap it, and instead he dropped it right to Toffoli, and he just swung and missed on the 1T. As this goes back now across the flaming sea, here's Huberdeau. Tries to find Nazem Kadri on the left side. He just centered it to the blue paint for Walker Dewar. And now Dewar can't get there. This is Joppa as he's got it. Joppa now. He will chip and chase and do so effectively. Markstrom's got to go out and play this puck as this gets sent back across center ice. Now on the D end, Dallas will try one more time with Pavelski. As Rasmus Andersson, he's being bothered by Roope Hintz, but Adam Ruzicka will make the play. And the pass just missed Walker Dewar. It's a 4-4 game in this third period. There's been bushels of offense here, and my voice is definitely going to be hoarse, so I know I'm going to need this day off on Sunday. I'll be glad to have it. Adam Ruzicka, I've been on the full register the whole time. He gained the entry. Noah Hanifin pick it up across the flame and seal along the right wall, and a short side rebound saved there by Jake Ottinger. This will fall back to the defense. Alongside the end boards, Ruzicka will be the first to get to it on the left side of the red line. And this will be held in. Tanev makes the pass across, and he'll get this back. It's Mackenzie Weegar. And between his skates is Coleman. Does the same thing. Sends it around the inboards again. Coleman might be the first to get to it. As he tried to brush it out in front, and Ottinger just casually plays this ahead with the stick. It's turned over. Coughed up Backlund. What a stop by Jake Ottinger as he flashes the leather toward the top right corner. Mikael Backlund had a bid to give the Flames a 5-4 lead, and Jake Ottinger has got a huge smile on his face. Wyatt Johnston on one end, Mikael Backlund on the other, as both goalies made some brilliant saves. And Backlund, that was a gorgeous poke check ahead. It was Coleman to Backlund off the give and go, and Ottinger saved the bacon of the Dallas Stars there. 28 shots to 20. Backlund wins the draw on the offensive end. This is Weegar. Settle it down. Fire it into the traffic. And it bounces up the left pad of Ottinger. This goes with Coleman now. Coleman, as it's Weegar, he will touch across the flaming sea. Try to get across the red line. Is this iced? No, it's not. It's Lindell. As this is picked up now. Backlund gets it. Gets it now for Domi. Domi intercepts now for Ty Dellandrea. And on the left side wall, being ridden by Rasmus Andersson. Now near the left side of the red line, it's Jamie Benn. He's going to join in as this gets sent around the kick plate Jani Hakanpaa has to elude a hit now with Blake Coleman. As this goes back across there for Benn, he keeps it alive. He was all the way on one, and now he's on the other. As this is picked up in between the legs of one of the Dallas Stars, sent back in and chipped in off the stick blade on the right side of the red line as Domi comes together with Hakanpaa, Backlund trying to pry it loose with Rasmus Andersson, Mackenzie Weegar trying to locate, but it ends up with Teller Toffoli as Mangiapane. It's 1-on-3. He gains the offensive end. He buys some space off the backhand, and this will bounce back away from him across the TELUS logo. Picked up now, Mangiapane will send this back around for Backlund, ripped around the end boards by Teller Toffoli as Jake Ottinger will go back into his crease. Nikita Zadorov along the blue line using his forearm to throw that shove, and Teller Toffoli made a great play under duress just to keep it alive. Lindholm turns it over across the neutral zone as it's a race back into the offensive end here for the Stars as Glendening trying to get around Troy Stetcher, but he can't. It's 1-on-2. Toward the right wing side, Dillon Dube. He gets canceled off the puck up the clear, and now Dube trying to run this around. The Sutter was there, flipped up in the air. I think this should stay in the offensive end, though. 14:31 and a faster moving third because we haven't had goals all over the place so far in this third period. But right now, as it stands, it's a 4-4 tie. It's a good contest in between these two teams. Again, Calgary, they're back within 5 points of being out. They want to get within 3 as they were the other day. But as the Jets picked up 2 more points and the Preds got 1, Calgary's got a safe face. Kadri with an offensive zone draw win. Hanifin lets his shot go. Goes with the left pad of Ottinger. It's a 4-4 game. 29 shots to 20 now, and the score is tied. As Dube tried to get to it, but this is the Stars. Back in the other end, Chris Tanev will be the first to get to it. He's trying to get around Robo as he makes the pass. Now Dillon Dube plays this off the wall to himself, but Max Domi able to provide the 200-foot game as Robo gets puck lifted by Noah Hanifin, and now 5+ goals in the last 3 games for the Calgary Flames, and they've certainly needed it against the Dallas Stars. These two teams love to score goals against each other, as this will fall back to Mackenzie Weegar. Mackenzie Weegar off the toe drag. Here's a long pass for Nick Ritchie. Nick Ritchie now with Adam Ruzicka on the fourth line side for Darryl Sutter's squad as this goes back D-to-D. Great move by Mackenzie Weegar. Buys some space off the backhand, centered it out in front of the blue paint, and this got knocked away by the Stars, and it's a race for the puck off the 1-on-1. Rasmus Andersson gets the stick lift battle. Andersson will just put this across the Fleming C now. Nick Ritchie will take a look at it as this is picked up here for Weegar. They'll crisscross. And for Troy Stetcher. Stetcher will see this flipped around the inboards. This touches the glove hand of Jake Ottinger with 13:05 left to go in the third. We're still tied at 4. Calgary's got a 30-20 edge on the shot board, but the score is tied at Quattro as this goes back now for Jonathan Huberdeau. This goes off his skate all the way down, and this is going to count effectively as an icing. So it's going to get an offensive zone draw here for the Stars, and the Flames cannot change with 12:56 left to go in the final frame of regulation. So Jonathan Huberdeau, they're showing his plays over the last stretch of games, especially in this game. And part of this with Rasmus Andersson, these have been better for some of these outstretched plays, and I can't say as much as I always would as far as Huberdeau not playing the puck. He's been chalant as far as keeping his eyes up and making the passes that are there, not trying to force too much. And that's all you really ask for someone as talented as him, is this gets centered to the blue paint, but Nazem Kadri couldn't tip it out of the air. And now Nikita Zadorov gets us across the Flame and Sea, but here come the Stars. They gain the entry. Domi with a serious ripper. That was sent out in front, and Backlund able to save the day near the left side of the red line now, as he just got a piece of it. And now this is sent back here for Huberdeau. Huberdeau try to do too much there, though, across the neutral zone line as this gets picked back across the sea. And now Hanifin. Hanifin off the 1-on-4. He'll just send this around the inboards to Ottinger. Ottinger thought somebody was going to play it here for the Stars, and now they finally get to it. It's 2-on-2, and this will be a chip and chase off the back skate. Chris Tanev's going to get there. He gets bodied down. Noah Hanifin's still up as Markstrom's holding Butterfly down on that right post. It's still busy near the right side of the red line now as Kiviranta gets knocked down. Noah Hanifin getting a hold. The ref's still letting this go right now as the puck is still being brushed in between the skates. It's Jamie Benn. He emerges with it, but it gets picked up now in the defensive end. Lindell will have to be the first to get to Hanley. Joel Hanley turns it over. Mangiapane will just put this toward the left side of the faceoff dot, and this will go back with the Flames now. No goals yet in this third, but it's a 4-4 game. 31-21 on the shot board with 11:20 left to go. In this regulation, this backhand. Nice backhanded pass. Mackenzie Weegar does not have a stick, but I think he's going to get a hybrid icing anyway, and he will get a chance to get to it. Weegar saying, what the heck? You took the stick right out of my hands. No call. He's going right to the zebra just to make sure everything else is squared away. But we're going to get an offensive zone draw nonetheless upcoming here for the Flames. So admittedly, I'm watching the CBC feed on the cable TV because the ESPN Plus wasn't working on that side. So we'll pick this up on this end, and we're getting the TELUS Flames feed on Sportsnet. This is Hockey Night in Canada side of it. 4-3-1 in the last 8 starts for Markstrom. 222 goals against, 922 save percentage. Feeling like a binary number computer, saying in the same monotone volume as this is Kadri. Goes ahead and try to pick it up now as this gets knocked away from Hanley and a touch-up. And this is a hand pass that will draw a commercial break as we've got pretty close to the halfway marker. It's a 4-4 game. 10:59 in the third. Come right back. Got to see who takes this one. It's been a great contest.
Law keeps its head on a swivel.
So let me get this right. LOL MKDFB says, whoa, on that side. I appreciate it, buddy. This has been a good contest. I said, can Jacob Markstrom outduel Jake Ottinger tonight? 83% of you say yes. So we got 5 votes that say yes, 1 vote that says no. And we might actually need overtime to decide the definitive answer to that question. And my only estimation would be yes, please, at that point, because this game has been excellent. So let me know what you think, as always. Again, we will figure out the Monday and Tuesday assignments. But as I said, if the United States wins the World Baseball Classic tomorrow, they win the semifinal tomorrow against Cuba, then I will call the final on Tuesday. We'll have my word on that side. I'll leave my Tuesday assignment. Monday and Tuesday will stream. Tomorrow I can't because I have some computer things that got to get fixed up. So Monday and Tuesday will be a streaming day. Wednesday's birthday. And then Friday will be Resident Evil release, and then Saturday is the semi-pro assignment for the Waterford Sharks and the Muskegon Voyagers locally here for me for the MIHL. So Monday, Tuesday will be the YouTube stream, so hope you guys can check it out then. Probably be an NHL assignment and a World Baseball Classic hopefully on Tuesday. That'd be cool to see the United States play in the final. Depending on what side of the world that you're from. Got to throw that out there as well. So Tyler Toffoli, most goals in a season. So we'll get this for the official recorder part. Most goals in a season for Tyler Toffoli. He had 31 with the LA Kings. He's got 28 right now for the Calgary Flames. He can certainly get to that point. I said this the other day with Cooper Hopkins. I think he's my MVP, and some people seem to believe it on the side. I'm not just saying that for points. Tyler Toffoli's had to play on this first line and prove that he can be that type of player. I think he really has been. He's had an excellent year. Rasmus Andersson as well. He's been excellent. As this is gloved down and then chipped out through the neutral zone nicely by the Flames as they push the Stars back. But here they come now, left to right, off of a couple of stick drags. Good work by Coleman as he was patient. And they'll get this here for Huberdeau. Now Backlund. Backlund will fire it off the right glove hand of Jake Ottinger. Now Huberdeau trying to use that body to pry it loose. As this is trying to get sent back to the inboards here for Rasmus Andersson and sent back down here by Flames. They will ice it, will the Stars, and the Flames will have a offensive zone draw upcoming with 10:18 left to go in this third frame in regulation. So third frame in regulation. Almost tongue-tied myself. We're getting dangerously close, the halfway marker of this final period. Should we need overtime? Maybe that'll be the case. Calgary is going to want to get 2 points. Dallas will take at least 1 because it's going to at least give them something. They want to hold on to the central lead after losing the last 2 games on that side between the Oilers and the Canucks. Rasmus Andersson scores! Jake Ottinger doesn't have a goal stick, and Rasmus Andersson doesn't care. 5-4 as the red lights come on. And Calgary takes the lead with 10:07 in the third. Boy, oh boy, I just gave my flowers to Rasmus Andersson, and I'm glad that I did, because that is a hell of a bullet. Let's see how Jake Ottinger lost the goal stick, as this is sent back around. Walker Dewar and Ritchie bodies up there for Ottinger, but he pulls away just in time, so there will not be goaltender interference. A little how do you do from Nick Ritchie, and that allows Rasmus Andersson to send the bomb in and give the Flames a 5-4 lead. They want to be able to get another win in regulation to get back within 3 points. Again, don't forget, down the line, they have a game against Nashville and a game against Winnipeg, as I wanted to make sure I gave a pause as far as the play the other way, but a game against Nashville and Winnipeg still upcoming. They have 2 more games against the Kings and a game against Vegas on the 23rd. That'll be their hardest portion of the schedule. Other than that, it's been all teams below the playoff line after this. So after this game against the Kings on Monday and then the Golden Knights on Thursday, schedule is going to get significantly easier. So if the Flames can continue to stay hot, bank points, and they keep pace today, they'll get back within 3. They don't have games in hand, so they got to keep winning right now. Commercial break. Rasmus Andersson gives the Flames the lead. 9:35 left. It's 5-4. I know there's been a lot of sporting events, as I said, throughout the night. I don't care how many views that this gets on the YouTube side. I'm just glad that people enjoy it. I know it's been World Baseball Classic, NCAA tournament, lots of stuff going on. So I appreciate anyone that joins and that could be with me. There was a lot of stuff that we could do tonight, but you know what? I'm glad at least at the end of it, this game has fit the exact billing of what we asked for. And Cooper Hopkins is able to listen at all with all the stuff that he's doing. You know, hopefully you get this win. This one's for you, buddy. Be able to watch this one. Have a good time. This has been enjoyable down the stretch. It's going to be another monumental game on Monday. If the Flames do win this one, I'm going to have to cover the game on Monday as well. And hopefully the United States wins so I can do the World Baseball Classic on Tuesday, because that'll be a hell of a 2 games to get done. I'm looking forward to that side. So hopefully that's the case, because I'd like to get a couple more workouts in before the end of the regular season. But when we get to the postseason, boys and girls, this is going to be all systems go. We will get a different game each night within the first round, as I will try to keep it as busy as possible. I still got to work the time in with the fiance, obviously, especially for the birthday time for Wednesday. But still, we will get everything squared away in the playoffs. And then as you get to the second and third round, things slow down a little bit. Then we can go more series by series, take an in-depth look. And any broadcasts that we can get in there together, you know, that's going to be lock and key. I will get some stuff with Alec Nava during the playoffs, but for the Stanley Cup Finals, I know I'll have that squared away and sutured in with Cooper Hopkins if you can. So it's a 5-4 game. Rasmus Andersson has just given the Flames the lead. The Flames are trying to take all 3 games in this season series against the Dallas Stars. And for some of the struggles that they've had, it's not been against the Stars right now, but it's been goals aplenty. The Stars are definitely not out of this, as Radek Faksa will play this in the empty side of the left red line and flipped by Dewar. And now the Flames have a chance as they touch this again. And there's some body contact, some big one on the left side of the end boards, as the Stars are able to get away with. Some of the fans want a penalty, but they're not going to get one. This is gloved down across the Flaming Sea. Victory Green will get the clear inside. Jacob Marchment got to get back into the net now as Rasmus Andersson. They're doing the wave right now at the Settle Dome. Picked up here by Miller. Lets the shot go, and this gets wrapped around the end boards. That was an absolute rocket at 90 miles an hour. And picked up now and off the backhand. This stays and try to get centered through by Miller, and now it's Heiskanen. Heiskanen now for Roope Hintz as it's sent back around for Heiskanen. It's Colin Miller. He's on a severe angle. We'll just put this to our empty left side boards. Rasmus Andersson gets a second opportunity to get it out, and now the players can go ahead and take a change. You got to do so quickly here for the Flames, as here come the Stars. We'll gain the entry with Mackenzie Weegar. Now Weegar will find Zadorov as they switch the defensive assignments, and Ritchie will dump it in. 8:05 left to go in this third. The Flames have just taken the lead from Rasmus Andersson. They need these 2 points right now, and the way that they do not have games in hand, it's got to be 2 points, and it's against a good team right now, the Stars. They're trying to get a season series sweep. Here's a wide open rebound. Scores! 5-5 game. Jani Hakanpaa. 7:51 left to go in the third. It's a third rebound for the Dallas Stars. And Jani Hakanpaa says, hold all tickets. The Dallas Stars, they're trying to push this one in OT or maybe outright win it in regulation. 7:51 left. Yanni's got all day to shoot. Traffic out in front being provided by Benn as well. And I'll take a look at it as this bounces near Benn. He gets denied on the first. And no chance for Marchment to make the save. It is a 5-5 game. And Darryl Sutter wants to talk with the referee right now. We're going to make sure that there isn't anything that needs to be absolved at this point. That's what the score line says, but the referee and Darryl Sutter are sharing some words right now. This just looks like a talking point. Don't know if they're going to challenge anything, but if they do, then it was unsuccessful. It would put the Flames on the kill, and Dallas would get the goal. So they're not challenging a darn thing. It's 5-5. Jani Hakanpaa puts Dallas back within even. 7:45 left to go in this third. These goaltenders are hurting on the GAA. I asked if Marchment could outduel Ottinger tonight. Well, it's 5-5. Whoever maybe gives up the 6 might be the definitive one. Colin Miller now toward the red line. Here's a chance for Benn. And this is fired up into the netting on a play. So Hakanpaa from Pavelski and Benn. It's 5 square. Cinco to Cinco with 7:28 left to go in the third. This game is just as wild as all the other ones. So I'm glad that we did this. But this is not playoff hockey indicative of. This looks more like the Battle of Alberta. But this looks just like the 3 games that these teams have played right now. And we still have 7:28 left to go in the third. So we're going to need another goal, regardless, whether it's OT, shootout, regulation. We're going to need to get to 11. We're already at 10. So if you got the over, you're lucky tonight. Coleman has it onto the right side wall. Blake Coleman, still patient. Off the backhand, toe drag out in front. And off the stick lip, Jonathan Huberdeau trying to find it. As this is with the Flames, they get knocked down. Rasmus Andersson fake the bomb. Now in the high slot. No crisscross. Same thing on the right side dot. Looking for the deflection. This is bounces off the left pad of Jake Ottinger. 6:50 left to go in this third. We are tied at 5 as this is saved in by the Flames. This is a chance off of Coleman, and this is blocked away with Colin Miller. Now Roope Hintz takes a cross check as he absorbs it. Jonathan Huberdeau has this going between his legs. It's Rasmus Andersson now for Backlund. Looks like the Stars are a little bit gassed here. Backlund now in behind the net. Working to his forehand off the short side. Flames can't find it. And now this is Joe Pa. He's going to pick this near the right side dot. Flip it across. And now it's a chance for Mackenzie Weegar. Settle it back down. 6:10 left to go in this third as Mackenzie has it now. Here's his pass toward the right side wing. It's not iced. It's a chance for Hanley. Hanley now as Kadri gets knocked down to his heavily padded wallet. And this will be a chance for Radek Faksa. Pick it up off his backhand. Gain the entry now for the Stars as Suter will punch this in. And under the left side red line as the Flames and Stars get tied up. Boy, has this game been absolutely off the rails right now. It's 5-5 with 5:35 left to go in this third. Drawn out watching on the CBC feed as a shooting attempt goes wide near the right side boards. ESPN Plus really wasn't working tonight. So for catching us on the TV side for Sportsnet and Telus is off the backhand. This is picked up by Richie. Richie and Zadorov. Now Adam Ruzicka on the left wing side as he gains the entry. Ruzicka, as this gets knocked away from Miller. Here's a chance for Nick Ritchie. As he tried to find Ruzicka, he gets dumped by Hakanpaa. And now Walker Dewar. He tries to be the first to get to it near the left side of the red line. When are the Flames going to get another power play is the question. Can they draw one? This goes off the inboards and now wide off the left side of the wall. It's Noah Hanifin. He's making a press near the left side of the red line now. Hanifin is just being stick lifted by 3 different Dallas Stars as they'll play this. Lindell now for Jamie Benn as this touches the stick of Tanev, but he's got to hustle as this goes back around for Noah Hanifin. He was stuck in his own end. Noah Hanifin was on his force the whole way. Set it on in front dangerously. And this is picked up now by the Dallas Stars. It's Wyatt Johnston. He gets brushed off the puck by Tanev. A series of forehand. And this is played across the right side wall away from Toffoli. And with 4.5 left in the third, we are tied at 5. This should be a lot of fun here as far as what happens for the rest of this game, as far as what happens for the rest of this regular season. The Calgary Flames are in this. They need points. The Dallas Stars, we said they lost their last couple to the Oilers and the Canucks, and their lead is a point in the Central. If they win outright in regulation or overtime, they get 2 points. They'll be a 3-point lead. If not, they'll stay where they are, neutral, where they're only 1 point ahead, as Colorado got a huge win against the Red Wings and the Wild lost. So this will stay the same, where they'll be only up by 1 instead of 3. And the Flames trying to get within 3 in the wild card standing numero dos. As this is sent back around for Miller. Ty Dellandrea will wash it as he picks it back up off the backhand now in the high slot. Dellandrea trying to work his way off the forehand. Instead, leave it here for Miller. And now Toffoli try to get an entry pass there from Mangiapane. Toffoli will instead now go to the players' bench as they'll go ahead and get some changes. Played by Markstrom, and this is just casually brushed aside from Markstrom to Stetcher. And now Mikael Backlund, longest tenured Flame, will flip this across the sea. Picked up now by the Stars across the red line. Gloved down by Zadorov. And this has to be held by Markstrom. He really couldn't take a chance on that one as the Stars were buzzing. So 3.5 left to go in this third. We are tied at 5. We come to a commercial break. We'll figure out the rest of this. Will we need overtime? Will someone win regulation? Let's find out together, shall we? Come right back. We don't have much left to go in regulation, so if you are jumping in and you want to stay in here, it's a good time to do so. It's a 5-5 game between the Flames and the Stars. Again, I apologize on the YouTube side. If I showed you the game, I'd be demonetized. Not that I ever would be monetized. I don't have enough subscribers on that side, but I'll give you the play-by-play between the Flames and Stars. That's what we're doing tonight. My name is John Ott. We do a lot of NHL, NBA, MLB, college affiliate coverage. We are covering this NHL game tonight. And it's been a good one. For all the other stuff that's been going on, I'd be a little bit disappointed if it wasn't. But I mean, this game has really lived up to the billing. It's probably been the best game of the night so far, to be honest with you. I'm going to have time to do this really quickly. We'll just give you a scoring reset. Joe Pavelski opened the scoring, and then it was Radek Faksa, 158. And then the first 3 minutes, we had 3 goals. Elias Lindholm made it 2-1. Wyatt Johnston got credited with the last goal of the first period as that got changed. It was 16:08. Wyatt Johnston lead up to the first for the Stars. And then it was all Flames in the second for the most part. Mackenzie Weegar, Blake Coleman, Nick Ritchie, 4-3 lead for the Flames. Jason Robertson tied it at 4. And then Rasmus Andersson helped the Flames get the lead at 9:53 before Jani Hakanpaa at 12:09 tied it at 5. That's where we are right now with 3:31 left in regulation. We'll see what happens right now for the Flames. Can they get 2 points? Can Dallas get 2 points? Can either of these teams get 1? 3:31 left to go in the third. It's tied at 5. It's a defensive zone faceoff win. Mangiapane now for Toffoli. Toffoli's got to hold up as they were offside where the Flames. Pick it up now near the right side. This is Elias Lindholm. Made a play from his knees as this is picked up now by Andrew Mangiapane. This gets sent from about 50 feet and recorralled by Noah Hanifin. Noah Hanifin now brushes across the red line as it's Elias Lindholm trying to get a piece of it. Now near the right side boards, Ty Dellandrea. He's going to missile this wrist shot, but it bounces in off the netting back into play, but it's going to blow the play dead essentially. 2:58 left to go in the third. It's 33-24 on the shot board, but it's a 5-5 contest between the Flames and the Dallas Stars. 10 goals in every single one of these games in this series has been absolutely wild. Flames lead the series 2-0. It's going to end the season series tonight no matter what happens, but what's left is if Dallas can continue to add to their lead in the Central and if the Flames can continue to stay in the playoff race. They don't have games in hand. Nashville Predators have 3, no matter when it's all said and done, because Flames will finish in action. They'll still be 3 games behind. But the Flames do have a game against Winnipeg and Nashville still upcoming on the schedule, the teams that they're chasing. Jonathan Huberdeau has it now on the left side of the red line. He'll wrap it around the end boards now for Mikael Backlund. Here's Rasmus Andersson that goes off the left pad of Jake Ottinger as Mackenzie Weegar try to get a piece of it. It's a one-on-one. Here's Wyatt Johnston, the 19-year-old that gets bodied off the puck as Rasmus played some excellent defense as this will go back down to Mackenzie Weegar. So you got a little more offensive punch, and you got some defensive punch from the mix of Andersson and Weegar as Andersson will just flub off the backhand, and now he's going to have to peel back in his own end. Dallas being a little bit meticulous as far as his breakout left to right. Now Robo will gain the entry, but it will fall back to Rasmus as he's got it now. He'll circle the net and wait and pick it up now to the right side red line. Are the Flames, can they stay on side is the question. I think everybody was checking up on the blue line as Dillon Dube didn't go offside, and now Noah Hanifin will settle down a bouncing puck as this continues to wrap around there for Dube as this goes D to D for Christopher Tanev. It's Dillon Dube now. As Dube had this bounce away from him, Nazem Kadri tried to get it in on the forecheck, but this will go back now for the Flames, and they'll settle it back down. Nikita Zadorov will take his time in behind the office of Markstrom. $1:35 left to go in this third. It's a 5-5 score line. Can Calgary get a critical 2 points? Can Dallas get a critical 2 points? Maybe both these teams will get one. It's looking that way right now with about 90 seconds left to go in this third. Tied at 5. It's absolutely nuts, this series. Even though it's been 2-0 for Calgary, they needed these wins against, make no mistake about it, a really good Dallas Stars team. They've been the class of the Central pretty much the whole way through. And both of these teams that specialize in OT points are going to at least maybe pick up one with 60 seconds left. Tyler Toffoli flips this in off the left pad of Jake Ottinger as they'll take a look. Stars might have a time for a rush here. Here's a breakout pass, and that one went just wide for the Dallas Stars, centered out in front. Here come the Flames, 2-on-2, but they lose it off the stretch pass. Picked up toward the right side wall. If you're the Flames right now, and if you're the Stars, you don't want to do anything ridiculous. You want to bank at least one of these points. That's what I would say right now. This is picked up here by Coleman. Absolutely have to have that at least. As this is played off the backhand, now off the couple of skate blades away from Joe Pavelski. Chris Tanev got to hurry up and find some jets, and now it's Noah Hanifin. Sends this off the left side inboards for Blake Coleman. And across the flaming sea, can Backlund find it? Now down to 10 seconds. As a stretch pass here for the Stars, they gain the entry off the stick handle. Roope Hintz, and now Robertson will fire it wide. This is back. Shoot it quickly if you're the Stars. And we're going to OT. What other way would you have it right now? 5-5. Both teams bank up a point. I really believe that's what both teams need, but both teams also want the extra. We'll see who gets it or if we need a shootout. Come right back.
This overtime is brought to you by Subway. Try Subway's new chicken teriyaki crunch sub, now loaded with new crispy onions. Subway crunchier.
So let's talk about this. At least everybody knows, if you've even casually followed the Calgary Flames on that side. You go to OT, this is a house of horrors, but at least they're at home. But on the road, it just seems like every time it goes in OT, they lose. So you got to find something here. Both teams at least bank the point. I think you had to do that because the Jets and Preds. The Jets got 2, Preds got 1. So Dallas will salvage something out of this alongside Calgary, but especially for Dallas, they lost their last couple, and now their lead in the Central is at least 2 at worst. So in 3 meetings this season, the Flames got 16 goals, Stars got 14, 3.3 per period. How does that do you? So the season series is going to end in overtime. The Calgary Flames have already won the season series. We'll try to see if we can get an extra 2 points, extra point on either side here. Both teams pick up 1. There's been 30 goals combined between the 2 teams in these 3 games. It's Backlund, Toffoli, and Andersson on the ice. It looks like Denning for the Dallas Stars, as this will fall back. It's Domi and Heiskanen with Denning. That's an interesting line combination for Peter DeBoer. But we are underway now in this OT. It's right to left for the Dallas Stars. Looking for an immediate breakout pass as this is sent back around by Jacob Markstrom. Again, this is 3-on-3, sudden death OT. If not, we go to a shootout. 4:35 left to go in this overtime. We are tied at 5. 36 shots to 24. The Flames with Backlund. They have it now off the backhand. Circle around the left side of the red line, and the Flames will peel back. Most teams are doing this now as they go and take a change. They do not want to let the other team get puck possession because once they do, they might punch it all the way down 100 feet in the other ice, and then it's game over. So Tyler Toffoli, as you get the Go Flames Go chant, keeping it alive off the backhand. Now Toffoli will spin near the left side of the circle in the high slot. This is Elias Lindholm. And now Lindholm takes his time across the flaming sea as he leaves it for Tyler Toffoli. Tyler Toffoli, couple stick drags. Now Mangiapane will pick it back up. Mackenzie Weegar has it. Put this around the inboards, and this will get sent back down. But Stars did not press, so this will allow Elias on the first line to go ahead and pick it up. We'll drop it here for Rasmus. Rasmus will fire it off the crossbar. Right side, short side. And here's a break for the Stars the other way. But they'll peel back instead. I thought there'd be a couple pressures. There's one. Domi with a series of stick handles. And for whatever reason, I think the Stars should have punched right back down the ice, but they did not. I guess they just wanted to make sure they weren't punched on the other end, but it honestly made no sense. They could have had a 2-on-1 as this is sent all the way back down, touched by the stick of Ardinger. So Markstrom clears, and he's going to leave it here for Dallas. And now this is picked up here as Ardinger plays the pass, gain the entry for the Stars, and this is ripped toward the left side of the glass, sent back down by Toffoli to the defensive partner. And this is busy there. Mikael Backlund is not going to be able to get to it. Here are the Stars. They have it now near the right side circle. Get bumped, lose the puck. And now the Flames have this across the sea, although it's 3-on-2. Toffoli, patient with the stick drag, and he almost sticked his way through the defense. Toffoli now, off his backhand as he's buying his time toward the high circle. It's Weegar, short side looking for Toffoli with a cross pass. He just couldn't connect. Picked up now. Huberdeau. He'll sauce it out of the air. It's Weegar. Settle it down into a cutting Huberdeau. And this goes up and out of play. So they were there. They're right in front of Hunter providing the screen. 2:23 left to go in this OT. And it's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming. And wow, Rasmus Andersson hit that short side off the top of the right bar. Flooded across the left side. And that rush for Max Domi, I mean, he was expecting somebody to be behind him on the pass. Don't know if they were waiting for a change or trying to get Heiskanen on the ice, but that was a blown opportunity for Dallas. 2:23 left to go in this OT. As Rasmus Andersson looks on, he is in the player's bench right now. It's an offensive zone draw upcoming. Erotic Foxes have to take the defensive zone draw. Lindholm, he wins it off the steal. Huberdeau! And this one goes just wide and sent all the way back down the ice. Picked up now by Noah Hanifin as Jacob Markstrom was way out of his crease for some reason, and now Lindholm will play this back for Jonathan Huberdeau. No look back pass. Here to Lindholm. Lindholm gains the entry, trying to find Huberdeau. This is turned over. Stars don't have the press yet, but it's Benn trying to go. He's going to shoot. Big save by Markstrom with the glove hand. 1:50 left to go in OT. Saving the game right there as it's Roope Hintz now. And the Dallas Stars with Heiskanen pick it back up in their own end. It's Heiskanen now still waiting and behind the office as he's patient. It's a chance off the back pass as Heiskanen will get it one more time. He's been busy. He still has it now behind the office of Markstrom. This is wide open near the right side of the dot, but they don't shoot the Dallas Stars. And they'll pick it up now. Max Domi, he gets knocked down. This is a stretch pass. It's a 2-on-1 here for Rasmus Andersson as he was up on the break. Tyler Toffoli able to stay with it. 1:05 left to go in the OT. Good back pass. Weegar and Backlund. He was in an odd angle as Weegar still keeps it alive for Mikael Backlund. Backlund now has it. Patient off the forehand as he pivots. As this is left for Mangiapane. 50 seconds left to go in the OT. It's Mangiapane as he will spin now. In between the circles. Cross pass. Dube fires off the 1T. Ottinger wants to play it. He can't. He blows it dead. 45 seconds left to go in this OT. This has been an entertaining contest. And if we end the season series in the OT or the shootout or wherever it goes, we have been in for a treat. I appreciate everyone that's followed me on the YouTube site. Again, as always, full game coverage will be with the play-by-play set and record at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com as we'll get this typed up. And then I'll also make sure I get the World Baseball Classics up with the U.S. and I got the score lines for the NCAA tournament. A lot to do today, and there'll be a lot to do on Monday and Tuesday will be the next broadcast. Hopefully, U.S. wins the WBC, so we can cover that on Tuesday. We got a lot to take care of in this contest, though. Elias Lindholm will win it, and this will go back to D for Mackenzie Weegar. Weegar is patient, and they'll play this pass across as the Flames have possession with Huberdeau. It's Weegar as he keeps it alive in between a couple of Dallas Stars off the drop pass. It's Lindholm off the short side, and that was saved in a stick battle. This was found by Ottinger. That was a good design, but that was also pretty dangerous for a counter opportunity for Dallas. But Calgary, they were patient. And that was some good skating there by Mackenzie Weegar. He's looking like more of his Florida Panthers self. And that was fired on by Lindholm on the short side, but Ottinger saw it all the way near the right post. 23 seconds left to go in the OT. It's a 5-5 game. 38 shots to 25. Will we get a winner here in the next 24 seconds, or do we need a shootout? Backlund and Hintz set to take the draw, and Roope wins it clean. Now for Joe Pa. Joe Pa. As Backlund watching, this is a stretch pass for Jason Robertson in between the circles. Backhand scores! Jason Robertson gives the Stars the win in overtime. It's 6-5. And they win a game in the season series. Calgary does get a point, but that's a stutter, and that's a heartbreaker for the Stars. But Robo wins the game for the Stars as they beat the Flames 6-5. So the Flames get a heartbreaker. Stars win courtesy of Robo. It's a 6-5 contest, and I appreciate you guys following this along. Zadorov wants a check. Markstrom wants a check. Nobody's leaving the ice just yet, and we are going to see what they're going to call. So I'm going to look for Joe Pavelski's outstretched pass. And Robertson, off the backhand, it's in. But I think maybe off of the stretch pass, was he offsides is the question. That's what the Flames want. Do they want goaltender interference on Roope Hintz? I don't think they're going to get anything. I think this is going to be Robo's goal. As he's got utter jubilation on his face, and I don't blame him, as he gets a clean stick drag off Rasmus Andersson. That was off the right post, hit the left post, and in. That's what I see right now. And the Flames are still on the ice. So we are going to get a check. Markstrom slams his stick in half. He snaps it. This game's over. Stars with Jason Robertson. They win this one 6-5. This entire series has been entertaining. The Flames at least get one. They've done what they do, but in the overtime, they just don't find these wins. Stars got a big win that they needed after losing back-to-back. 6-5 final. And the next broadcast for me might be on Monday. I'll check in with Cooper Hopkins, see if he can cover the Kings and the Flames. If not, we'll figure that out. Might be the next broadcast. But Robertson wins it 6-5 for Dallas. What a game this was in Hockey Night in Canada. See you guys then. Have a good Sunday. Appreciate it, guys. That was a fun one. Of all the stuff that we could have done today, I'm glad that we ended up doing this game because it ended up working out. It was a great contest. I'll see you guys then. I'll see you Monday. Peace.